Late night patty whack, give a dog a bone. Grab a snack, sit right back and never be alone. It's time for Insomniac, sit and spin. A knife live stream and a gathering of friends. Insomniac, sit and spin is about to start, so come on in and do your part. Juvan's Night Flicks is the channel you seek for new knife reviews and a show every week. Fight. Insomniac, night, patty whack, give a dog a bone. Grab a snack, sit right back and never be alone. It's time for Insomniac, sit and spin. A knife live stream and a gathering of friends. Insomniac, sit and spin is about to start, so come on in and do your part. Juvan's Night Flicks is the channel you seek for new knife reviews and a show every week. Fight. Insomniac, night, patty whack, give a dog a bone. Grab a snack, sit right back and never be alone. It's time for Insomniac, sit and spin. A knife live stream and a gathering of friends. Fight.
Insomniac, sit and spin, about to be live. Hanging with each other, talking shit about knives. We sit and we spin, and we vibe in the chat. We listen to Juvan just trying to describe where he's at. It is a good time, but who is this fool who talks about knives and EDC tools? Insomniac, sit and spin, a weekly live stream. You're in the right place if you know what I mean. Insomniac, sit and spin, a weekly live stream. You're in the right place if you know what I mean.
Now, I'm a little bit, but are you high on cigarettes? And when that stuff runs out, you're gonna wanna make it. Are you high on cigarettes?
Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Do you know that you're right or wrong? 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 He don't smoke them, but he loves it when you do. That's why he's high on cigarettes. And if you find him, you should light him up a few. He's getting high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Do you know that you're right or wrong? Do you know that you're right or wrong? Do you know that you're right or wrong? Do you know that you're right or wrong?
Do you know that you're right or wrong?
Bang. We're right there, guys. My media froze up. At some point, I will be bailing and coming back in, but that is technology. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day, great night. Uh-oh. I just noticed my Jason wasn't lit up. Anyone, that's Jason Brown, one of the good guys in the community. Joe Isabella, my spiritual Sherpa and channel member in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you. You might have popped in and popped out, but we got Marco. Yay. Always here. Good to see you, Marco. Joe Kaspernick is in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Guys, I'm glad y'all are here. It's going to be a laid back patty whack of a night. What is up, Cliff? Good to see you, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad y'all are here. I started early. I know Tri-State's still live. I'm going to be here after he goes live, even though I've had something thrown at me this week. It's just been whack. It's got me kind of twisted. Bugsy, my brother, what's up? You got a link, Bugsy. I don't know if you're free or not, but anyway, it's there for you. I went into work yesterday, Monday, and the guy walks up to me and he goes, "Hey, you working Wednesday, aren't you?" I was like, "No, I'm always off on Wednesday." He's like, "Well, I need you to work. Tate's off." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "I want you to take Thursday off." I was like, "Well, I'm already off Thursday. I'm going to play show." Like, oh. And so we went back and forth, and he wants me to work from 10 to 6. I work 2 to 6, guys. I need the hours. I'll take them. But I negotiated with him today, and because I've got to take care of my dad too, and I'm going to probably go in between 10 and 12. So I'm not as free to be up all night, which sucks because I'm not used to going to bed. So it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow. And then when I get back from Blade Show, it's 10 to 6 every day. Unless something happens, I have a feeling my social experiment is going to come to an end. Angelo, what is up? What is going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Henry Christopher's in the house. What's up, Henry Christopher? And then B Shady, the man, the myth, the legend. Instagram aficionado. Angelo, I think I said hey to you. I can't remember one thing from the next. I'm like an etch a sketch that's been shaken. Draw something on me, I can remember it for a second. I don't think I did say hi to Henry. What's up, Henry? We've got this. What is up? Welcome, welcome, this man. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome, newcomers. Anyone in here, anyone who's not a newcomer, who I call a newcomer, again, that's my brain damage. 1931 Leatherworks. I spent some time with Brother Edgy American today. We were getting some engraving done on some knives, and I was looking at some sheaths. And dude, your work is out of this world. I mean, I knew that. I carry it every day. I got my wallet in my pocket just to show you every day. And every day, one of my slips is in my pocket. I think today it's my American Blade Works, and they'll be well represented at Blade Show. But wow, buddy. Wow, wow, wow. The full size sheaths, your grommet are on point. You might already do this, but if you're ever making pocket droppers, if you go to Direct Carry Concepts site, they've got schematics of the different clips you can order, and you can place just 2 grommets. If you want to pre-mount the clip for somebody, you can just place 2 grommets at the exact spot that you want them. Pop your deep concealment carry clip on there and be done. You get me after the show, DM me. I'll send you the link. That's how I order mine. But you do a great job, dude. And I'm just blown away by how far Shane's come in the knives that I saw and how far you've come. And I'm going to be taking, I wore it today. This is the only fixed blade I'm taking to Blade Show. And I know it's an earlier model, but I did have it bougied up a little bit. I had it blasted and had the spine crowned. And I'm going to do my best to get us a bunch of orders on these. I could have had the handles polished today, but I didn't feel like they really needed it. I've been using this knife and haven't had to sharpen it once I got the edge the way I liked it. So I hope to get us some fret orders. But good to see you, buddy, and your work is on point, brother. I think I'm caught up. Good to see everybody. I'm gonna hit my intro music just because I think it's kind of cool. You might not be able to hear it, but I can hear it, and it makes me feel like I'm getting started. You know, Paul Mills, my brother, channel member. What's up, Paul? Good to see you, man. The guy I work with today, I carried. I'm thinking of Paul because he has the coolest knives. But today I carried my Evo 3.0 because Tate, the guy I work with, he'll be at Blade Show with me, or at the same time I am, and we'll be together some. Just bought an Evo 4.0, which is smaller than this knife, and I love the size of it. I mean, I love this Evo. It's full size. The Evo 4.0 for me is still full size, but it's a good bit smaller than this. But playing with his the last couple of days made me break mine out today, and it'll probably be one of the knives that accompanies me to Blade Show because this is a user. I like using it. I love the scales on it. They've got some sentimental value, as is the knife. It's a forever knife, so I don't mind getting a few scuffs on it. It's not a safe queen, but I'm only going to take a few folders, one fixed blade, maybe two. Probably just my fret. Because I only want to carry one a day, and then maybe a slip joint, maybe two. I'm going to travel light on knives this year. There'll be plenty to see over there. Pro Blades, what's up, brother? Channel member and winner. Somebody won. Hold on a second. They're probably not in the chat, but I was going to ship a package on Monday, and I forgot, and I just packed it up. And I've got the address. I've got to label it tonight. Splitting Slices, Byron K. I apologize. I'm usually a next day shipping guy, but I did not box you up because I can't fit the boxes in the first rate box. I have to bubble wrap them, and I just spaced it. They just sat here on my table from Sunday afternoon. So it's going out tomorrow. I apologize, man. You'll get shipping because you emailed me, and you'll see that I slacked up. But don't think I forgot you. If anybody knows Byron, Splitting Slices, let him know that Javon is on the ball, just 2 days late. Kind of like he fell into a void. It has been nuts, man. I'm telling you, the knife store, even though it's peaceful on its exterior and it's peaceful on the day to day, and we're doing very well, there's some underlying tension that's getting ready to, I feel, something's got to give. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. And I've got this way, and I've got to erase it from my head, but I've got this dialogue, the way it's going to go down. I'm going to be reprimanded for something. And I'm going to say, I'm going to leave it with you to think about. Because what a lot of people don't know, the other owner, the second guy, is going to be out for a month after Blade Show. He's not coming back. He's off tomorrow, and then he's off for a month. So if I end my social experiment or go back and try to full-time YouTube without a job that's a nice advance, I'm blessed to have it. It's a neat location, whatever. But I've kind of got to look out for me. And to me, it's starting to 10 to 6 is like a full-time job. And I do YouTube, even though I just am a YouTube hobbyist, it takes a lot of time. I mean, to put out a video, even though I think I'm going to reduce my shorts, or you're going to see less short content, but you're going to see still video a day. And I think I've got them staged out through Blade Show, and I'm going to make content at Blade Show, one walkthrough of the booths that I want to cover. But, 2 to 6 is one thing. I can do both, but 10 to 6 takes a lot of time away from it. And I don't want to just be doing knife store content. I think it's a good mix. It's been one of my most viewed videos, a walk through that store. I think it is my most viewed video. It's probably going to get passed. But it right now is my most viewed video. It's just a simple walk through that store. So I'm blessed to work there. But if you've got somebody that's kind of like Johnny Cash says, "You put your thumb on me too much, I'll twist right out from under you." Um, and I'm not very moldable. I'm 58 years old. I mean, what are you gonna change somebody who's been an executive, who's been responsible for up to $4.5 million budgets in digital advertising for the last years and years and years, had to strategize and absorb and close that business to be treated like a, you know, I had to learn how to run a cash register. I'd never done that before. I learned like in 5 minutes, but it's just, hey, Neil, what's up, brother? Channel member. But I hope it goes smooth, but I just can't. My mind is optimistic as I always am, and I'm the eternal optimist to a flaw. I cannot paint a 30-day resolution, except I'll get a lot more hours, which will be good. But I just can't see existing through the Willie's Roadhouse, which I like Willie, but Willie doesn't get played much on Willie's Roadhouse. You get a lot of other stuff, a lot of George Jones, a lot of other stuff, too much downside. Well, come cheer me up, biatch. I'm just talking about my potential end of my social experiment prematurely. Go out with a bang, not a whimper. No, we're just talking it up, buddy. I've got a few cool knives out here. Again, for the next week, I'm going to be talking about still my favorite knife. I have to carry other knives that I really like. I'm going to show you in a brush knives I really like. The TRM tag along, I really like. Anything that Lucky Dog Knife Company makes. I've seen the David Mary Customs collaborations. I've got one more knife because I traded him all my finches coming that's made with another USA maker. He does small batches instead of going after a bunch of knives. Andrew Kidd. I like everything he makes and carry it quite often. Because this again, Terry, if you can look at this, I think this is the number 15. But you can find probably 6 clips this exact length that have different grommet placement. So if you're doing leather like I saw today, and you only wanted to, outfit a particular sheath with a particular size clip, and they're all sizes, you can just get the spacing off of their schematics, order the clip. They're less than $9 retail. I don't know what you could get a handful of them, but I know that that's what Andrew does, is he gets them all for each of his knives. They all have these deep concealment carry clips, and there's only 4 grommets. So it's mounted for a different size one if you want it, or you could put an ulti clip on it because they're close enough. That's what people don't realize. Even the ulti clip slim 2.2s, your grommets have to be close together, Kaiser, for them to work. Or you have to have a sheath like Creeley or TKL, or there's somebody else that uses this same Texas sheath maker where they've got a little groove and a grommet hole, you've got more flexibility. But for somebody who carries in their pocket, I use 2 types of clips, and it's tricky sometimes to find them, especially on these knives. Now, ever since Kaiser and all other importers put that little adjustment on the Kydex, you can fashion that. It doesn't have a grommet, but it's got a hole, and it has 2 that are very close together. So you can use it for the Ulticlim Slim 2.2s or some of the deep concealments. I just haven't tried them. And I love this knife. This is the Abrams in 3V. I think you can get it as low as 74 in AEBL. It may be Nitro V. This is a 3V. I don't know how good it is, 3V, but it's got a really nice, rich, light carbon fiber weave handle. DLC Ultra 3V coated blade with a slicer grind, which is really nice. Speaking of, we traded for a Hinderer slicer XM18 today that I'm very interested. A beautiful knife that came in. I won't be able to get it because what I have to trade for it, they'd want cash too, and it would insult me. But the Abrams is an interesting looking knife when you look at the handle, but it's surprisingly ergonomic. A lot of jimping, but a thin blade with a tough spay tip. But a clip or a sheath that limits your clip choices. Most people, it comes with a half tech lock, which is great for just mounting it on your belt, either vertically or horizontally. This is the other one, and this is a Ulti-Clip Slim 3.3, which is probably the one I would recommend the most because it gives you the most flexibility in terms of what sheaths you can use it on. But this is the Momo fixed blade, which is kind of a camp kitchen knife, but also a good slicer, poker, splinter digger. So Terry, your sheaths were great is where all that went. I mean, your sheaths look awesome. I was stoked. I think there are a lot of people that are going to be very excited when they get their knives. So I saw some beauties. Kyle knocked it out of the park. And there I am with my fret, one of the few knives that Kyle hasn't sharpened that I had to sharpen twice, put tape on it, finally got it a decent apex, but nowhere near what Kyle can do. And it's still cutting without anything but stropping. So I think I got it pretty good, but it could be much sharper. And the fret's getting ready to be thinner. Shane's going to make it out of a little thinner stock. He thinks it needs to be thinner, and I don't disagree with any direction he goes in when he thinks about blade geometry or heat treat or materials. We may even do some Magnamax ones if we get some interest. 5-door, what is up, brother? Good to see you, man. Shane mentioned your name in a knife today. And I think I'm carrying a knife that you put in my possession. Channel member. 5-door, did I get this from you? And again, I apologize if not. I get so many opportunities and I have such a bad etch-a-sketch memory. What is up, Drew? See, I'll miss people altogether. I have to wait and see somebody talking to them. How are you, my friend? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Nope. Carco, that's, and you tell me that every time because I probably ask you once a month. Thank you. Has Carco been around? I'm like, yeah, he's around all the time. And I just don't see him because the chat moves and I try to highlight people, but I can't read. I can see symbols. And that's what's so bad about Blade Show is people don't walk up with their symbol on their shirt. Like Splitting Slices, Byron. I won't know anyone named any real name except a handful of people. And I always go, and what's your real name or what's your screen name? And I've got such social anxiety. And I think agoraphobia, you don't like open spaces. Claustrophobia, you don't like small spaces. I don't like crowds. And I think there's an element of claustrophobia that I deal with, but I deal with a high level of anxiety and not any kind of germophobia or anything like that. It's just I don't like, and I'm small, so I kind of blend in like a ninja, but it's not my jam. It's not my favorite thing. I can go in to the show for 15, 30 minutes, then I have to come back out and sit in the lobby or in the whatever you call the big hall, and breathe for about 30 minutes, and then I can walk back through. My biggest challenge is I'm going to try to film. It's not claustrophobia. It's something that has to do with a huge space, like a. It didn't happen when I went to Grateful Dead concerts, but if you're at a big venue now, if I went to a big concert and there were a lot of people there, I would feel confined. I would feel, I don't know, just not normal. It's not my jam. Um, but I'll deal with it. But Friday, I think I'm going to try to go. I've only got like 13 or 14 booths that I want to just walk by and do a filming, show their stuff off, and keep walking. One of them's Colin McGuire, Mag 10 Knife Works. He made my EBW. He's a small maker out of Rhode Island, but he makes knives and goes to Blade Show and sells out every year. I want to focus on his table and just kind of bring him to you guys. I show his Instagram all the time, but when you see all of his knives on a table, it's impressive because he forges them and then hammers them and makes them, and he just does a great job. And then TS Prof's supposed to be there. I found out that EMP's not going to be there. Molsect, who's a new Chinese company that I've become aware of, that I really like the quality of and the price point, but they're not going to be there. Big Idea Design Company, Axial Knives, I want to go by their booth because they've got some new fixed blades, as does Big Idea Design Company. TKL, TRM, there are only a few. There's a handful. Kaiser, Concept. And if y'all have suggestions, I was going to live stream and kind of walk around, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to shill for super chats, and I'm not going to walk around like a puppet for free. So, no offense. I'm just going to pick out some good. I think they're just small and young. I think it's just a couple of people starting out. Now, North Mountain Blades is going to be there. I've got them on my list. I'm going to walk by and see. I've got a so-so relationship with them. I can tell you this. I had one knife, and it's all on video, that was real small, that had an engineering flaw, because I had one fail. They sent all the replacement parts with each knife. So I fixed the lock, or the lock ball or whatever insert, and then it broke again. And I could tell why, because the insert's got a flaw. When you flip this small knife, it puts pressure on it. Long story short, they were like, please send it back. We don't want to have that out there. And they pulled all the ones that were for sale off the internet. So they handled that fine. And then they sent me a fixed blade. It's based on a Japanese knife in some inexpensive SLD magic, some cheap steel. But I got to sharpen this. I didn't sharpen the front, but I did sharpen this bevel right here. And I got it screaming sharp. Now, how long will it stay sharp? Probably not very long. But I was surprised that it burred up and that it took an edge the way it did. Because I've heard some things about one of their other knives, the Dwyer, which I also have. I traded my buddy A to Z for that one. And I'd like to talk to him, because my understanding is it's two guys. And they do some very interesting designs. And they licensed with Jason Grant to do his Gripper V2. So I've got a little list. And again, I'm open if somebody can help throw somebody else on me. Creeley Blades, American Blade Works, very good knife company. Lynch Northwest, or Lynch Blades. And then Olive Knives, Driver Defense, and Leong Ma. I'm going to go by Leong's knife booth just to give him a hard time if he did the field duty EDC in a crossbar lock. That's unacceptable. Good evening, Sierra Rick. I, again, for no surprise, I'm not even aware of it, buddy, but I'm sure somebody is. I don't know if they're dropping them at Blade. My understanding is, and what the crew I'm riding with is very interested in, are Tonto PM2s. I know, Kyle. Like I said, my favorite knife for whatever reason is the OG, which I don't know why he's never remade, EDC Field Duty folder. Not the Field Duty folder, but the EDC. So he's come back with an EDC Field Duty folder version 2 with a fucking crossbar lock. I'm sure it's $400 with the crossbar lock. And I just can't. I know crossbar locks are good. They're secure. I've been, just so you guys know, I've got several videos coming up this week that are individual Kaiser videos. I don't think I have any of them close to me, but they've got the button liner lock and the clutch lock that Metal Complex was having so much problems with. And I never do this, but on my video, I whacked the ever living fuck out of that knife like 4 or 5 times, all of them, like 5 different knives, budget knives, over the course of 5 different reviews, and not one of them hiccuped. And I was just like, I don't believe in this test, but there's been a lot of people testing it. So just so you can see, mine seems to be fine. And I just don't understand how they're failing so often, and why you would whack your knife more than once on the wrong side of the blade. I can understand it. Setting the lock, making sure it doesn't fail like Chris Reeve does. But to just go on and beat it seems crazy. Here's an expensive USA made knife that I really, really like. I've never held one of Alex Steingraber's Sharks. This blade is tall and thin. It's LMAX. There's one of my buddies, one of my rollers.
What's up?
Guess what's, Ryan?
What's good?
Kyle sent 3 of his engraved metal business cards with his QR code in the box that I got today. And Shane took one, and I put 2 in my wallet. And then Kyle just told me that 3 were for us. So remind me to hand you yours out of my Tactical Terry wallet. I've got you a cool Kyle Coonley limited edition metal card.
I've been wanting one for a minute.
But this is a great knife. Again, it's a little bit on the high side price point wise, in my opinion. But I don't know how much LMAX costs, and I don't know if, if the Fibonacci grind, if they have any real feeling on the R&D or the value of that. But this is a right under $400 USA made knife, which to me seems like a lot when you look at that at 210, which is very similar in terms of its cutting ability. This one happens to be even better, I think, because it's Magna Cut. So, Ryan, have you got your eye on anything besides the Spider Codes when you first get there?
Nothing's just jumping at me. Edgy blade works.
Oh, buddy, I was laser engraving some today. I got some sneak peeks. I've just been blowing Tactical Terry the whole time he's been in here.
You've been blowing him?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm literally, the only fixed blade I'm taking this weekend is my fret. But Terry's probably like, don't show that sheath. I love this sheath. But if you look at what he's doing now, you're going to be blown away.
I like that sheath.
Oh, I do
too. I haven't even decided what I'm going to carry with me. I'm not planning on carrying too much with me. But
I might take 3 or 4 folders. I'd like to carry one different each day and one fixed blade, and then maybe a slip joint or 2.
I saw where Prince Customs, they've got some wild stuff he's going to have on the table. And Jake McCoy, he's going to have some wild stuff too, which, all their auction pieces will probably still be there, but their tables are generally cleaned out by the time the general public gets in there. So,
have you do you have a little hit list?
I had one last year. I don't have one this year.
You need to start it, but you need to double check it because I found out today my buddy Colin Mag 10 Knife Works, who I think you met last year.
Mhm.
I didn't think he was going to be there. He's not listed in the online directory. I had to go through and pick out the 13 or 14 that I know I want to run and film. Just do a walk by, my walk and talk like I did last year. It takes like an hour.
Yeah.
And like I've told all of them, don't stop what you're doing. I'm not going to walk up and interview you. It's not that kind of content. I can come back and do that. And then we're going to set Edgy up at somebody's table who doesn't show up and set all of our knives out there. And I'm going to fake interview him.
Yeah. I definitely want to go by Scott's table too.
Well, you want to go there first, don't you? Or do you have one already in the mail?
Well, I think we probably need to go by or I'm probably going to go by Spyderco first, and then from there I'll probably go by and see Scott.
Well, I know you want to see him, but did you tell me you had another one of your knives from him already in the works, so you're not dependent on picking up one at Blade Show?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And I was hoping to be able to get it done before Blade Show, but he had so much going on.
You need to go with Shane when Shane delivers him that knife.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that'd be the time to go. But I think you both want to go to, and if I need to go to be another body, depending on how many you need to pick up, let me know. Because my plan is trying to knock out my little filming part as soon as possible. So the tables, like Colin, will still have knives that I can show. And B, so I can just be done with it.
Yeah.
And I can just, I don't do any editing. I just stitch mine together in iMovie and upload them. And then I can just hang out with people and talk to the few.
Last year, that was my main thing. Like last year, I was wanting to see what all I could see and everything. And this year I got a few knives I want to go by and see. But really, I just rather spend some time with everybody, really.
Since you're not on the hunt for so many different things, you still should walk the entire show because you'll see a lot of different things because your eye has changed and there'll be different things to see.
Yeah, my taste has definitely changed.
Duty made a really good video. I don't know if y'all saw it today. I rarely watch this content. It was about the flooding of the Chinese knife market. And he was talking about the shipment he gets from Kaiser, which is similar to mine every month. And he was fingering them out, but he said everybody's doing it, that every week there's so many new budget knives. And there's nothing coming out that's any different. It just confuses the market.
It does.
Yeah, I agree. I thought
anybody, I tell you, it was for me when I first started getting in it. It's really overwhelming.
That's why
you don't know what's good, what's not.
That's when you have to latch on to friends like people who latch on to Tempest or latch on to Devo or latch on to something that they know someone designed on, like Terry designed for Concept. So you find your niche, but you're constantly being bombarded with new brands. And like I say, I had the weirdest thing happen, Ryan. I had a company reach out to me and it was a really well-written letter and I rarely respond to them, want me to check out a budget knife that was made out of titanium in 14C, but it was a crossbar lot. I said, sure, I'd be happy to look at it. Mole Sect, never heard of them before.
Who?
Mole Sect, MOLSECT. They're not going to be at Blade Show, or I reached out. So they sent it to me about a month and a half ago, and it's not the style of knife because it's kind of a trailing point, but it's the finest fit and finish $70 knife I've ever seen. It was immaculate. So I went to their website before I did my review and realized they have two series. That's part of their Thinker series, which is their low end. No, excuse me. That's their Pathfinder series, which was a lot of nice budget knives. But they had a Thinker series, which were about $200 knives, titanium and S35VN. Not the greatest deal, but interesting looking knife. They sent me one, just happened to. And dude, the back spacer, if you look at it next to my Evo, it's a thick, chunky, badass knife for $200. They're actually sending me the third one to check out just to see what I think. And they don't say make a good review. They say give us feedback. I've really enjoyed working with them. Nobody knows who they are. I don't. But all I can do is look at it, take it apart. I mean, there's two sides, a blade. I'll figure out what size skiffs it needs because right now it's got a lot of those bigger, beefier Chinese knives, and they're some American too, come with that plastic or Teflon ring. It's still double road ceramic bearings, which is nice.
Yeah.
But there's not many parts. My point is, if the pivot size right, the body screws are all T8. If it goes together well and the fit and finishes well, there are not going to be many surprises there for a failure unless the blade is just total shit. But why would anybody do that?
Right.
Just from I want to sell more knives and snake more money
Right.
from the Americans, drain them or whatever their motivation is. I think they want to make good stuff. This man, this for you. I know you've been here a while. I want to make you a moderator so you can share links, but I don't know you well enough yet. I'm sorry. I will. Come back, hang out tonight. Have some of these people vouch for you. I make a big risk. I was saying this the other night, and I won't bitch about it tonight because I'm probably going to eventually, there's no need for my lives to be out there after they're live. I should go live, and then the live should go away. So I'm going to put the live in my members only. So if you want to go watch it, you can my members can watch it. That's either most people delete them for the reasons I was talking about. Ryan, I don't know if you're on here, but YouTube's really employed AI to go through people's catalogs and look for violations, strikes, more importantly, someone else's copyrighted material, but their AI is looking for other things too. So for me to have 6 hours of content out every week where it's just me freeforming and people freeforming in the chat. Cliff, I'm making her a moderator right now. Thank you, brother. And thank you for being here. I'm not going to call you Cliff, sis. I realize that's not a name. That's just to make me say something dirty. This Mandis for you? This Mandis for you?
This Mandy's for you.
This Mandy's for you? Okay, I'm going to make her. I got to look over here to make her a mod. But you know what I'm saying, Kyle? I mean, Ryan, I've never worried about it before, about leaving my lives out there. But it puts a lot of clutter on my channel. I might get 100 views after it goes live. I could leave it out there for like a day and then making it just members only content or private content. Either way, what do you think? Or just see if I get caught saying anything stupid, because I know I say stupid stuff. Kyle will tell you.
If you aren't getting about another 100 views, it's not really doing anything for you leaving it up.
Let me tell you something.
To me, it serves more of a risk leaving it up.
That's the way I look at it. It's more of a liability than an asset. My live streams, after they go live, most people in other sectors never leave their live streams out for the public because YouTube is constantly looking at your visible content through AI, mainly for copyright infringement, but they also have other things they look for. And I go live with you guys for 6 hours a week saying different stuff. We never know what crosses the lines when we talk politics. Probably nothing because we're always very careful. But I hear you, sweetie. I'm not going to dox you, but I'm about to make you a moderator so you can share links and Shane can't put you in timeout. But I'm thinking...
That's very unique. That's a very unique username. You probably got your smirch from Cliff.
I didn't, because of you, Kyle. I wouldn't read it out because I thought it was a name that was trying to stick it to me. Because it looks like one that if I said it fast, I would say something vulgar.
Not you.
Oh, well, I'm an idiot. But
not you falling for that kind of stuff.
I don't think my point is I don't think anybody's going to miss the lives after they've been live.
What's up, Maddie?
I just don't think it's worth putting them out there. Maddie, do you want a link, brother? I offered it to Stevie. He's got it and told to send it to you and Sharif and anybody that wanted to join to just sit down and shoot the shit. Why can't I find her? Oh, I need to go to all chat.
What's up, Marty?
Good to see you, Marty. Or should I just let it be as it is? And I don't think we're doing anything wrong.
I mean, you
Angry
say some
Tom
stupid.
Shannon.
You say some stupid shit, but the
Right.
rest,
I know I say
the rest of us
stupid,
are pretty
stupid
well
shit,
behaved.
but I pretty much, I thought, stay pretty well on the terms of service side because I'm usually pretty safe about that. But maybe not. I don't know. And I've heard that if you make it private or if you make it members only, it does not stop YouTube's AI from doing it. You can delete it. Some people take it and put it on if they've got a Patreon.
Here's what I don't understand. If you make it private, what does it matter, like, or if it's like members only, I guess it private members only, whatever. What does it matter if you're infringing on some kind of copyright or whatever? Because it's not like public.
You're right. But YouTube is such a weird entity that they kind of follow Google's. They're a big tech company. What a lot of people do, because I'm also streaming to Rumble every time I go live. I'm also live on Rumble. A lot of people let their live streams live on Rumble because they're a lot more lenient. They're not. I mean, you can threaten somebody on Rumble and get your channel pulled. People don't realize that. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Hang on.
I shouldn't say that. Did you throw something up there to make me say something bad? See, I don't
No,
trust you.
no. I was just trying to find something in the background. That's why I was laughing so hard. Sorry.
Angry Tom, what's up, brother? Cliff,
Angry
thanks for the
Tom's shouting
clarification, my
next door.
friend.
Can you guys see that? Okay.
I can. Is somebody knocking Lucky Dog Knives? Or is that me getting hosed?
Very blurry.
It's small and
Hang on.
blurry.
Let me see if I can make it bigger. Hang on 1 second.
You need me to come make it bigger for you, buddy?
You could try. No, that's not what I wanted.
Kyle, are you the one that's hazing all these memes?
What are you talking about?
I have a feeling you're getting ready to show something that's going to make me laugh and throw up at the same time. I know how you roll, dude.
No, I don't think you do.
No, I don't. I really don't. You're one of those beware of Kyle. But look, Ryan.
I know. I can't wait. I can't wait to get it, man.
That's yours. I wonder what I did with
I did find your John. Here, let me grab this. I found a new thumbnail for you for your new Molsec video coming out.
Dude, you sent it to me. I swear to you, I'll use it. I'll put a text on it. I'll put my little hat with my cat coming out of it. If you notice my logo has a cat coming out, send that to me, dude. I'll do a Duty video. Duty's video was so well done. I hate to give it to him because he and I've never really had a warm fuzzy moment. Unlike me and Scabs or me and Satu Dave. I've never had a warm and fuzzy with Doogie, but I like his mind. I like the way he goes in and just kind of says, fuck the world. It's what it's supposed to be. He's not a fence rider, Kyle. Do you watch his content?
No.
You would align with everything well, not everything, but you should watch his video he put out today or 2 days ago. I think it's up to like 4,500 views. And it says something about Chinese knives are flooding the market. I didn't see the part where he goes into his Kaiser unboxing, so it may be a halftime spiel.
Let's see if this actually pulls up now. Is that better?
I can see it if you turn it up. I see Ryan and I see Shane, so I know I'm sharing. And I can see the ranch dog.
Okay. So,
hey, cuties, what's this place about?
Yeah, so
I can't hear anything.
you couldn't hear that?
I don't hear any noise. None of the sounds coming out. Are you sharing the video or sharing the link?
I'm sharing the video, and the audio's on. Why would the audio not come through?
Should be coming through. Hold on, let me look at something. Yeah, your audio set just right. Talk.
Hello?
Yep, you're perfect.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why.
So when you went to share, were you sharing a file? How do you have that on your
I
computer?
just have it sharing a window.
And when you play it in the window, it's making sound.
Yeah, I can hear it on my computer when I played it.
I can't hear anything.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking what it might be is because your browser's tied up with StreamYard. You might have to share it. You don't have it as a file. Did you say you have it on your hard drive, or not?
No, I just.
You should be able to share it just like is it a link on a site?
I can save it. Hang on 1 second. Let me get to it. I'll figure it out.
No biggie, dude. I think it's funny though. Kyle only watches keyboard masturbation videos.
Well, if you quit sending me you on your keyboard, I wouldn't have to keep doing that, Cliff.
I think what he said, I think you're right, Bugsy, but I think his point was there are very few and far between good ones. Everybody's saying that they're the best, but nothing's different in the budget market. I think he's just talking about the continuation, Maddie, of it. And Maddie, I can get you a link in 2 minutes, and Bugsy, you got one. I'm going to send Maddie one, even though he won't join.
Maddie hates us.
It's one of those things you get tarnished when you go on somebody else's. They won't even come hang before. Well, Sharif will. I shouldn't group them all together. Stevie was busy, and Stevie's being a hero for me, so I'm not going to give him any grief.
Here we go.
Anal.
Hold on, don't share it yet. Let me put this. Let me send it. Let me share. Save it. This won't take but a second.
It's ready.
Okay, I'm behind the scenes just sending Maddie something.
Did you hear that at all, Ryan?
No.
When it first came on?
I could hear it. I know I'm going to be able to hear it. All right. I'm looking.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay, you can read the name. You can read everything it says, right?
Yep.
I love anal.
Yeah. But we all knew that.
I love anal.
I hung out with that clown today. Another reason I should make my videos private, because somebody could say, not that anybody would, I'm not going to give an idea, but somebody could make a out of context report about the context of what was said by that gentleman who will remain nameless. And it just, my big buddy Shane. They could say something that he was referring to something else. And YouTube doesn't have any choice but to strike, shut down, pull it, whatever. And they usually want it gone off the platform. And you're usually off like worse. Well, most cases I wouldn't be able to stream for just a week, maybe 90 days. Or you can lose your channel if you do something egregious, like when Kyle or Tri-State got caught up in that weird, they thought pornography was on his site from old videos. I don't know if y'all remember, he made that post about 6 months ago, 4 years of work down the toilet, where his channel was removed from YouTube. He got the letter, the dreaded letter that says, "We're sorry to inform you, after numerous violations of terms and policy, we've had no choice but to remove Tri-State, whatever his channel is, from the platform. You can reapply for a channel and that's all your subscribers. That's everything done, content, everything in the next whatever." So he reached out through, which the thing you've got to do is you've got to tweet to the YouTube people and try to get them to get somebody to talk to you. They found out that it was some weird glitch that basically, because he got his channel right back. Same thing happened when I was first into the watching videos. Bill Complex came out with a heartfelt video about being demonetized. And that's because he had Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I got news for you. If you have Smoky Mountain Knife Works as an affiliate, they sell ammunition. They sell pew-pew shit.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it's not worth it. Plus, they sell clone knives knowingly. But that's another story.
Somebody here just recently get locked out of their channel? Was it
What's that?
Lefty?
Yes, just recently. And Lefty's was, user error, but I'll give Lefty this. He's not the smartest, or he wasn't the smartest taking knives apart before he had a bunch of knives that he had to fuck with. But he's always been pretty technically savvy. I've actually reached out to him for some stuff, but he got an email that was legit enough to him, which hindsight, he said he should have never done it. But it was wanting to plug his analytics into some system that would help him better reach his audience. You know, they know what his audience is, and had all it looked legit enough to where he plugged into it, thought everything was good. Like at 2:00, right before he went to bed, he went to check on some comments, and he couldn't get into his site, his YouTube. He couldn't get in there. So he went to his Google account right away to try to change his passwords. And his passwords in his Google account had already been changed. So right now, your Google account and your YouTube account are changed. So he didn't have anything to do but put out his tweets and go to bed. Well, about 1:00 in the morning, 2:00, 3:00, he woke up and there was a live stream on his channel, cryptocurrency, a meme coin, which is totally against YouTube's terms of policy. So somebody basically hijacked his site to try to pump this coin. So YouTube immediately pulled the channel down for termination. So Lefty had to get in. He's never got his Lefty Firearms channel back. You know, he'd set up another channel recently, Lefty, I forget what it's called, but he went out to the range and would test different shit the way he does. Very hack, but it was entertaining. And he never got that back, but he did get his Google account back. And it was a company that does this quite a bit. I've gotten the email. I just don't ever click on shit like that.
So did he get so it was the Lefty Firearms channel that got taken down then?
No, it was Lefty EDC. He was down for like 10 days, maybe a week. But since his other channel was a sub channel, like G-Ball's got G-Ball Vision, and then he's got G-Ball Survival or something. That's a sub from a parent. So the parent company is the G-Ball. Lefty EDC was the parent company that he set up the other channel under. Lefty EDC is the one that got fucked, taken away, which took away anything under it.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah. So you would think it'd be as easy as getting reinstated, that your things under it would be reinstated as well. He had to go through a separate process, and I don't know if it's still going on. And see, that's the thing about YouTube. I get emails all the time. They change their policies about pew-pews daily, it seems like. I can't imagine. Seems like most of the pew-pew channels are sponsored, so they're not having to. And the best way to do that is just not have a monetized channel. You can do a lot more if you're not having ads run on your page. Kyle, have you hung out with the Evo 4.0? Did you say you had sharpened one of those? We probably had this conversation.
Yeah, I've sharpened Evos before.
I carried my 3.0 today to compare it to Tate's 4.0. And I love the 3.0 because it's got Pro X's scales. And I got it from Carco. It's a forever knife. But I love the size of that 4.0. It's just bougie. You know what he did? He blasted it. And it's mint green with the blacks. It's got the same polished edges like was the mod before he got, where the DLC was polished silver around the perimeter, but it's anode like a mint green. But you can still see the bark. You were right, and he admitted that he was wrong.
Yeah, it's actual engraving. So
he's been fucking around for the last couple of days. He needs a bigger bowl, but he's had this big cup and his electrodes, and he's got his little ano machine trying to get this specific green. So he'll take these bug out scales, he'll put them down there, and he'll walk to the back, and he'll have his hands in the sand blaster. This thing probably doesn't have much titanium left on him. Because don't you take a little tie off, or are you just embedding what you're blasting into the tie?
No, you take a slight bit off. It's not a lot, but he's blasting them every single time he's retrying to get the color?
Well, green evidently is the top color that you can obtain.
Right. But you don't need to blast them.
What's that?
So you don't need to blast them.
Good, ain't it?
Yeah,
He's
green
blasting
is
him
tougher.
afterwards because he's not getting it the right grain or something.
Right. He could get that off without blasting. Is what I'm saying. He could
What's
take
the
it.
best way to do it? Well, I won't see him again until Blade Show. He's off tomorrow. He's the one that snuck my day off.
He could take it to a buffer. He could take it to sandpaper. He could take it and actually use winks, and it'll come right off. Multi-edge. Any of those things would be quicker.
They'd take his hand actually doing something though, wouldn't it? And he makes knives, so
Not
he's
really.
used to manual labor. But
So what he's doing before
What's
he
up, Nick
dips it
Ranger?
in, before he dips it in the to anodize it,
Throw it in the water.
he's putting in some sort of etch, whether it's winks or multi-etch or something. All he has to do is put it back in that, and it'll take the color right off.
All he's putting it in, his solution is baking soda and water.
Right, but he has to put in something prior to that to get the green. Are you saying he's just going straight?
He's got this little machine that's got all these different volts and current. So he dials it to like 99. And I don't think he's doing it. He's not dropping it in anything else. He's spraying it. When he takes it out, he's spraying it with something.
Sprays it with Windex when he's done.
Yeah. I don't think there's any other process that's going on.
Prior,
He might be doing it wrong.
to, if he wants to get green done right, then he needs to etch it before it goes in to get the brighter colors.
Etch
Especially
it with,
higher
with
voltage.
sandpaper or with what?
No, you etch it with some sort of like multi-etch is a brand that they use for it. You can use winks. You can
We'll
use,
talk about it offline. I want you to text me that so I can share that with him at Blaze Show.
or just tell him to go watch. There's an old video from Lindy and Richie who walked through the whole entire process.
How would you find it? Go to their channel and look for how to make green tie?
It's on Knife Modders about anodization.
Just anodization in general. Because he thought he was really good at anodization. I mean, the kids can do a lot of stuff really well. He's worked in knife stores he's only 26, probably for 10 years. He was at
I'm not saying
Smoky.
he can't. I'm just saying
I know.
to get the higher voltages, especially if you want them to be bright and vibrant, then you definitely want to have an etch.
Well, like I remember, I don't know if you ever saw pictures of oh God, I'm blanking on his name. The guy who had the Lamia that was green that said
Ethan
Ruins. I haven't seen that guy in 2 Blade shows. But yeah, how'd you like to get that green?
Yeah.
That's a bright green. He was getting kind of an olive drab green repetitively. But he was trying to also do them on titanium scales. And my thought was your quality of titanium is going to affect, just like a case knife taking stain better in the 70s than they do now. The material is going to stain or anodize differently, right? Like a high grade type.
Titaniums aren't too bad. He shouldn't have a problem with that. That's more of the etching.
I got you.
Because like you don't need to etch anything up to like 50 volts unless you really are going for a specific. I know you can, Terry, but like especially when you're going those high voltages like the greens, it definitely helps. At least.
Bugsy, how many blades you taking with you? I'm going to take very few, and I'm a rhymer again. Bob Tism, what's up, brother?
I don't know. I got a little bag here.
Take maybe 4 or 5 or a knife to carry every day.
I'm gonna bring this again and show this to the guys over at the Norseman table. But,
And you're bringing those smock scales. You're awesome, dude.
yeah, I'm bringing the smock scales. I got a whole box of
I've got one of those on the way.
what's up?
I got a Grismo on the way. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if I told y'all, but I had a guy, and I'll get to meet him. But when I was trying to get those that Demco sent to me so I could put these scales on, and then I told the guy the Lex custom scales, I'd send the knife back with the scales, no cost, of course. A guy just was like, man, that'd be awesome. And he sent it to me. I've never had this happen before. He reached out to me like 2 months later and was like, dude, are you going to send my knife back? And I was like, buddy, I haven't gotten your knife. This is the first I've heard from you. I just assumed you didn't send it. He goes, no, man. I pulled the tracker on it. Been sitting in Huntsville. Anyway, He got his knife back last week, and the box was beaten to death, which tells me the reason it went back to him is the address was probably beaten off of it, and they just didn't know what to do with it in Huntsville. But it was in good shape. And he was like, "Hey, man, if you don't mind doing that, I'm going to be in Blade Show. I'll just bring it with me." I was like, "Dude, that'd be
Someone
awesome."
clip that.
I'm not going to do your scale swap there, even though I probably could do it at Blade Show. That's probably what I should do.
So I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
bring
got a
this.
great bow on the way.
I'm bringing this to you with me. This is one that Dave gave me.
Dave Warren,
Yeah,
I
he's
like
had
that
all-
guy.
he's-
I've got his table to
Oh, that was baptism I sent it to you.
So he gave me this one. Traveled all over with him. This was one of the ones he hand ground, the blade.
Is he doing okay? Have you talked to him lately? I've not talked about since
No,
today.
I haven't talked to him in probably 3 years.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I think I might have seen him last year. I forget.
I haven't talked to him after the dust up with Tools for Gents and the knife they had built for them.
Oh yeah, you know what? I think I did talk to him last year, but it was like a real quick. We were like walking past each other, I think.
He's got a table at Blade Show, and I do want to go by and see him.
Yeah, I was gonna say what's up to him. He's cool.
I like him. He's a nice guy. He's a country boy.
I'll be bringing stuff like my Selby, like my EDC stuff, like not too much unless somebody wants to see something, you know.
I'm probably going to bring 4 or 5 folders and my one fixie, and then a couple of slip joints.
Like if somebody wants to see like some of these Peach Smith knives, I could bring these, but
I just hate for you to travel with stuff, dude. It's such a hassle.
I mean I'm driving, so I'm there.
When are you rolling in?
We're leaving tomorrow, probably like 5 o'clock.
I wish we were leaving tomorrow.
How many? But you got a lot of hours, don't you?
13 plus.
Are y'all going to stay on the way?
We'll probably crash out somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
Most
Ryan,
of
I'll
the
be-
time, the Cracker Barrel parking lots are. You can stay there, no problems.
As long as you wake up and get some sirloin biscuits, which I would anyway. Tenderloin biscuits.
No, I don't eat there anymore. But
I'm once I get in your vehicle, I'll be fine. Until then, I'm just kind of in this stress mode, getting shit ready for my mom to take care, like, you know, the little things that she's going to take care of here. I found out this is a small thing, but my dad, we have him like 20 pounds of food that I take to him shipped from Amazon. When I say food, it's these boost shakes that he really likes that are good for him. They have a lot of calories, but they're big boxes. And my brother's like, yeah, Amazon is delivering those Thursday. I was like, that's not good. You need to get on your app and adjust the delivery and have it delivered Monday. Tuesday, I don't give a shit. You know, I'm not going to be here. And I don't want mom to have to fuck with that when she's coming to my house, you know, because mom will want to bring it inside. My mom's old too. So little things like that. I did cut my yard yesterday afternoon after all the rain we had. I spent that time and cut my front and backyard, which I'm really glad I did. So I've got several things still to do. And the whole being drug into work tomorrow by a guy who I learned today, my voice annoys him. You know why my voice annoys him? Because when people come in, I go, welcome. What can I help you cut today? I sell a knife.
That is pretty cringy.
I
kinda
don't give a shit. I sell 80% of the knives. I told him, I was like, dude, I was responsible for over $4 million a year in fucking responsibility. I'm always selling. I won't follow people around, but I'm not going to miss. If they're going to tell me, hey, I'm here to cut something with, you know, that's a brief brisket. We'll look at Woostalls. We'll look at those. I'm not going to, you know, I'm not fucking with these people.
You said
we have a.
It is cringe, but the whole thing is he hired me because I'm a dude that talks to myself on camera all the time. I'm not going to, he's bipolar anyway. I'm not going to come in there and be poo-poo pitiful guy because I've always had to fake being happy just to get through, be an optimist. I always thought you can be half full or half empty, and I'm always a half full guy because I feel like it projects positivity, even though it might not be part of my reality.
You know
But
what you
he's
should
not
have
that
told
guy.
me? Yeah, my voice may be annoying, but at least I don't shit all over the floor like you do, John.
He doesn't know I know that. Tate told me that.
No, you know what though?
Wait,
There's a guy.
Wait. Start over. Hang on. Time out.
Yeah,
was gonna
Tate.
try
See,
to-
Tate and I talked. The first thing Tate said when he asked us about Blade Show, I said, he goes, "Who's staying back for Blade Show?" And the first thing I jumped in, I said, "Well, certainly not me. I won't be anywhere around here." And he supposedly took Tate in the little back room and said, "I don't like the way he answered me." And Tate said, "Whoa, you need to be careful. Remember, he's part-time. He does YouTube, and he's always talked about going to Blade Show." I wish he'd have said something to me, because he did once have me do a menial job, and I came out and we had a long conversation, and it was pissed him off. He's that kind of guy. Nothing's going to make him happy. It's his way or the highway.
But check
And
this
the
out.
good thing is, he can't put me on the highway because Tate's having surgery that's going to have him out for a month. So unless he wants to sit in that place by himself, and he will not engage a customer. And there's a borderline between cringe, somebody greeting you when you walk in, enthusiastically welcoming you to their place of business, and ignoring you altogether because they're playing a game on their computer where they have a little ball on a paddle and they're shooting it at these colors that are coming down. This is the most kid game I've ever seen. Looks like something a third grader would get engaged with.
But check it out. There's this Wendy's that's been near my house since I've been in high school, and there's been a guy working there like 6 days a week since I've been in high school, and he says the same. He's got the same spiel for every single car. People have gotten to know that so well and remember it over the years that they travel to that Wendy's. They pass other, you know what I mean? They'll drive to that Wendy's instead of going to other ones. It's just, it's a whole like nostalgia thing at some point,
Well, and you probably know this, that
Wendy's is probably cool though.
He's kind of a dick because he literally does it thousands of times a day. Same exact words. How may I take your order? And no matter what you say, he does not break character. He doesn't change.
I don't think I have a different character. I just have a persona that I have to when I'm talking to myself about a knife. Because keep in mind, I'm always just talking to myself. I'm not engaging with anybody. I'm acting like I'm talking about a knife, and it's just dull. So I have to have a certain type of tonality. At least I don't use a voice changer like Cole. I'm not trying to be anybody I'm not. I tell people I'm stupid. Get other advice. If you got questions, people in the comments will answer them for you. And I've gotten into comments because the app I use will feed me comments, the most relevant, the ones that are questions, which I like that because it can pull questions out where I'm not having to go, all the people going, that Benchmade's way too expensive. The shorts I put out get hundreds of comments, and they're all hate comments. What's up, Matt?
Well, negativity is a lot easier,
It is.
That whole thing.
Stephen Parks, I'm making you a mod. I don't know if I know you well enough, but somebody does.
Somebody does.
If not, I'll ban you.
If you were going to leave Mandy hanging.
No, Mandy's a mod.
Oh, I know. You're like, hey, you know what? You got one more night.
Yeah, she's
Steven, I don't know you at all. You're in.
Steven, no. Well, Mandy, I didn't know at first. And I know Steven I've seen. I think Steven's local. I could be wrong. But anyway, I've seen Steven in. And that just means you can share links to your social, and it'll keep Shane if he pops in from putting you in timeout for no reason.
I've seen you before, but I didn't trust you then, so I'm gonna go ahead and mod you now.
I've got everybody as a mod, which everybody else tells me that's the dumbest thing you can do. But I trust you guys, and like I say,
the dumbest thing you can do is trusting everybody.
Well, that's true, but I can also yank it away. I can pull everybody out, and I can just turn into that asshole guy. I hope I don't have to do that, but I'm very easily and well adapt to do that. That's an awesome knife.
You missed Nick's comment earlier. I had on the screen.
Show it up again.
Let me grab it.
Because I can read them when they're on the screen, or if I catch them coming up, I can read them.
See them little chippies there?
Oh, where are you getting chippies from?
I fucking obliterated this thing onto the concrete.
Oh, is that the one you dropped?
Yeah, I mean, it hit hard. I was so glad it didn't hit my foot, because this would have gone right through my boot.
See, I can't help but, like, when that Microtech fell out of that cabinet, my foot goes out like it's a hacky sack, and I stopped it from going into the floor.
Yeah.
Dude, it went right in my foot. Dude, it was deep. I mean, I bled through my sock, bled into my pants.
Yeah, dude. I've had friends of mine do that shit at work with
I thought it was
really
going to hit
like
my shoe, and my shoe
unnecessarily
would be
heavy
thick
shit.
enough.
I'm like, why would you put your foot under that?
You thought
Like,
your
I don't
shoe would be
know.
stiff enough? Is that what you just said?
The stupid thing is, and they were measuring today for a couple more cabinets, but they've got these knives. If you can imagine looking in like a jeweler's case, and the knives are coming down, vertical. So you're looking at them up the box, the length of the box. Well, where the cabinet gets full, they'll put like 4 or 5 knives along the back that are parallel to the length of the cabinet, or they're perpendicular to the other boxes laying there. The problem is when you open the door from the back to reach through to get any knife, you've got those knives that are sitting there horizontal that are just come flying out at you. And it's not worth getting cut. They've got a lot of liquid skin there. They've got a lot of Band-Aids there. It's evidently something that happens a lot more than I've seen. And I can imagine some of the cuts are pretty nasty because Tate's using some high-speed equipment when he does some of his stuff. He gets cut pretty often.
Well, it's also dumb as shit to have every single knife, especially the ones in the back, open like that. And when they also have the knives facing you instead of facing forward, it's stupid too.
I may be describing it wrong. I think I've got a picture of how they lay in there.
Yeah, but you had the blades facing you behind the counter, not
Yes,
out towards
the blades are poking towards me. So when I'm reaching towards the knife, I'm reaching across the blade. You're correct.
Did you see the new 50th anniversary Spyderco stuff coming out?
Yeah, that native's ridiculously priced.
I know, but it's pretty freaking sweet. I mean, everything is so ridiculously priced. It's like makes it kind of like certain ones that I like. I'm kind of like, okay.
I don't know. That's
That's
egregious though.
Are
Because
those the costs going up where these guys have to go? We're going to look at some.
no, the price on that native is solely because that it's a limited edition, and I get that, but it's not like the material they're using is crazy expensive or crazy rare. Yeah, the Damascus was made specifically for them, but it's not high. It's not high end. It's not Damascus. It's not anything that's super expensive to make. It's just that it's limited to them. But
that's one of the nicer, cool tools I was showing you.
It's
that
cool.
tool right there is the Roxxon.
And they did that. They actually did that before on a different knife, didn't they? It wasn't like a Sage or something, or
maybe, but the MSRP on is $1,200, and they're selling it for $900. Yeah, the native is going, but the street price is $900 on it.
Holy! I thought it was like 4 or 5.
No. The street price on that limited native 5 is $900.
And what's the blade steel again?
Hell if I know.
Because I mean, that would be the difference, if it was some.
No, I mean it doesn't matter what it is. It's not like
I'll get a copyright strike, but I'll tell you who's not going to be there is Reef Knives. I thought they were pretty big.
No, they're middle to small.
I don't know about y'all, but Tommy Lee looks like he's still fucked up.
He looks like a chick.
Or his liver. Maybe that's hepatitis getting him. Yeah. You don't see a lot about these knives, but these are good knives.
Dawson, I hear what you're saying, and I don't disagree that the work that went into making the bolsters was time consuming. It's just that the material value, I guess, if you're going to account for the rarity of it, maybe, but I don't know. I don't see a value in it at $900.
S90V for $900.
My fake voice. I do have a cold voice. Which one are y'all talking about?
If they did like a proprietary blade steel for that, I could see that kind of a price. For no proprietary, for just S90, I can't see pulling that out unless it was like a must have for a collection. Like
their 15V and their Rex is crazy.
Damn it, John.
Yeah, but it would be sick to have like a. Imagine if they layered that Spyderco Damascus on.
That cold voice really sounds.
I like those blades. What are those? What's that there?
That's the Evo.
Is it? I love the blade on that.
It's not Damascus blade. It's Damascus bolsters.
No, I know, but I said I
No,
can
no.
see that
I was talking to
price.
Baptism in the chat. He was asking about it.
Oh. Ow, who just did that to that knife? Why? Right on the blade.
And these knives were $1,200-$1,300. Wait a sec. He's about to shoot it with the shotgun. No, he's not. He's maybe. But this kid is the geekiest looking kid, but he makes some of the coolest knives. The bally songs aren't the coolest things he makes. He makes these little half bally songs that are like, look, he's chopping that.
Oh, that
Look
snapped.
at that mace he made out of titanium.
The mace is pretty dope, but they're expensive as hell, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, and he snaps to see how how it holds up because he's forging a lot of this stuff. But he makes these little scalpels he makes are sick.
This is like extreme LARPing.
No, the stuff he made. We have one of his. That's a big Bally song. We have one of his little Bally songs in our store. It's like $1,200. Let me do something real quick. Let's go to Wilford so you can see he's just making a crazy video there. But if we go to Wilford's page, the type stuff he's making and selling at shows are stuff like this.
Laser etched.
And that's zirconium channel handle or Chanel handles, nickel shim blade, handle based or biased. I don't know what that means.
The blade is dope. I like those dark blades.
And then if you go like we have one that looks very similar to this. And he talks about it's a feather carbon Damascus handle, 6'4" ALV titanium crystal tie. But the stuff he's making, I mean, these things are exquisite. And the kid these are the ones I like. See the ones on the left? Those 3 scalpels?
Yeah, that's just mean.
It's like half of a Bally song with a little mounted in sharp little blade. And they're running you $575, $800, and $1,000, depending on the inlays. Because if you look at these things up close,
yeah, the meteor ones are sick.
These are titanium. Yeah, I mean it's just next level craftsmanship. But I don't think he's going to be at Blade Show either. He doesn't need to be because he's a small town maker who I think can sell everything he makes.
I think a lot of people aren't traveling as much. I mean, obviously the gas prices and everything else, but
and the economy and the war, and I guess you can't say that on YouTube terms of service, and the gas prices.
They can sure as hell pay enough gas to all come here and riot at these ice stations over here.
Look, Mel Complex has got him a Max Ace with 0 blade play. I wonder if they're using Gavin's stop pin. Max Ace, I have a Neptune, which is one of the $108 out the fronts, and it's impressive for what it is. And that one's like $329. I've got their table, but I don't know if I'm going to go by there. There's the man himself. Look at that.
God, that's so sexy.
Isn't that sexy? I don't know if you call that a nightmare grind or look at that milling and that engraving. And what's cool about this is it's telling a story. I mean, the artist that did that probably was just not drawing random stuff. Because I know Michael Ziba, every time I don't post it anymore because it gave me the creeps. He's like, "You're missing it. You need to look harder." I'm like, "No, I don't think I want to look harder."
I got that NATO hold up when you're ready, John.
Okay, I'm stopping right now.
There it is.
Ooh, is that one that's going to be auctioned?
No, that's the 50th limited knife.
So is this going to just go out to the public, or is it going to sell on Blade Show?
Yeah, it's available for public. So I mean that's cool, and I get that it took a long time. Yeah, it took a long time to make that. That's badass. But again, for the price, I think it's a little bit egregious.
What's the handle material?
It's a. Hang on, I'll tell you. It's a micarta.
Micarta. And how egregious did you say?
900.
Yeah, well, I mean, that engraving can cost some money.
It's not engraving.
Is laser?
That's Damascus.
That's
right?
Damascus.
How about the little spiders?
Yeah, that they actually forge that, and so that way the patterns are little spiders in there.
How
That's
the hell
why
do
it's
you
so
do
damn
that? I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's what I'm saying.
crap.
I mean, it's a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. I think it's very, very difficult.
Are they making like 250, or are they making a shitload? Do you think? I could see how a collector would like that. I mean, I watched a guy today walk in, and he bought a vapor and a automatic that he had in Iraq. He's going back to Illinois in a week. We're shipping his stuff out tomorrow. He'll get it before he gets back. So people are buying expensive knives that I don't think are worth the money, like the vapor, unfortunately. I mean, I think if you look at it as a budget narrows, and you can see you like the narrows, but the price was just too high. The Benchmade vapor accomplishes that, and it really falls between the most expensive bug out currently and the second to the most expensive bug out. So it's not the most expensive bug out now.
Jeff, I don't disagree, buddy. I know that that's very difficult, and what they did was a feat in itself. I just don't. For me personally, I don't put value in it for that price. I can respect it. I don't see it.
You want to see some value?
And yes, it was 1,200 retail, but they're actually table price is $9.
Watch what comes out of this. I just saw the finished product. I hope it doesn't take long. You'll like this, Kyle, because the finished product was immaculate.
I'm just impressed that he's using a Panda router.
Oh yeah, he's doing. Watch this. You know he's making, don't you? I don't know if it's resin that he puts in there or that. Yeah.
There's a guy out of Europe who's making knives all out of using a Panda router.
To me, that's just. It should be. Look at that.
Yep.
How precise does that have to be? But if you, I mean,
who is that, by the way?
That is
Is that Customs?
Hinton's Custom Knives. Let's see what we got here.
Well, you don't see a lot of Panda routers. That's why I was saying, because those have been pretty much, at least that type.
To celebrate, I'm giving you guys some free stuff. I'm giving away a D2 scalpel.
Yeah,
yes, 1095 and 15N20 for the Damascus bolsters.
New tool. This is my newest tool. It's an adjustable scribe. So that's how he's making some of his stuff.
Kind of getting sick of hearing about D2 though.
I think D2's making a little bit of a resurgence.
I don't think so.
Maybe not.
I've been hearing it a lot.
Well, there's a guy out of Europe who goes by OW Knives. I sent you that. Ryan's familiar with the maker, and it's how he makes his was with the Panda router.
Yeah.
That's really pretty. I don't know if I didn't put Knoll knives because I'm not that interested. I've got my Voodoo and I really like it. I don't have them on my list, but that's really pretty.
I like the texture.
I like Knoll knives.
I do too.
I
like some of his designs are cool, but for the price that he charges for them, I think
they are.
Yeah, I'm not
pretty crazy.
I'm not hardcore. Oh, now this is too cool for the room. This might be the coolest thing I've seen all day. Then I'll get off Instagram and we'll go into something else. But check this out. You know how I love single action microtext? What's that?
That's crazy.
It's a
what do they
toothpick.
call the little Halo? Is that like a Halo 1? Mini Halo 3.
That's fair.
So it's a little single action. Look how hard it kicks. That spring, that's polished too. I bet that's like 15, 16, 1800 bucks.
I'd be so pissed off if somebody stuck me with that.
That's dumb.
A penknife?
Jeffrey, I completely agree. I think for the collector, it's not a bad price point. I was just speaking on. To me, I don't see the value for me. For others who you know,
Here you go, Ryan.
I completely get it.
I'm gonna buy 6 of them.
And that's
Corner of the market.
Ryan
I'm
is
gonna mail you 5 of them.
Ryan is the person that would do that. Oh, I saw that Jay Dizzle just made those scales. That's
Yeah, look at those scales Jay Dizzle made.
I don't like it.
Dude, he's leveled up his game big time.
Everybody that I know, and I don't know a lot of people, y'all know a lot more, but everybody that I've seen that has started out working materials in this community has leveled up their freaking game. Everybody. I can't think of anybody who's
He's a
making
super
stuff
cool
that
dude,
has
too.
it.
I just hope people like show up and have a good time at Blade, man. Because
I think they will. I haven't heard how many people are going. I want to know how they do some of their finishes, especially some of their little puzzle pieces.
Is that
that are
hammered,
different colors. I
like
don't-
hot hammered copper or whatever?
That is, they call that a Damascus fully hand perforated handle, finish with, I don't know what this is. These are weird. These animals that fight with different poison. Check that shit out. Is that AI, Kyle?
That's 100% real, John.
I think it is.
Yeah, you better watch out.
I think.
Don't
I
mess
just
with
don't
that
think I want to be a gecko.
I think. See here, I think this makes $100 difference is all the difference in the world between those two pieces. I would much
Well,
rather get one from Dave personally than the other one. But that again, personal preference. I think the value of him hand making those is higher
It's
than
coming from his sweat and love and his work, his looking through it, trying to make it right.
and
Here's
here's
a
the thing.
video that came out yesterday from Edge Mindset. Are y'all familiar with him?
What I was going to say is that the Shimps put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into making that Damascus, and I appreciate that and respect it. I just would rather have a Dave knife.
I personally would too. Because he's a wonderful machinist and he's just such a wonderful person. I would love to. So this guy, I don't know what his story is, but I think he does a lot of nice knives. But he had this one right here. I don't want to do this review. Barefoot Bruiser's Origin full review 14 hours ago. And maybe because it's a custom. I fully respect and giving him massive props to Dave and how he's living nice enthusiast dream. I don't want to watch it. I don't know if it's somehow negative. And I don't know who this guy is.
He's buddies with Scotch, I do believe.
I like the button lock one.
Well, I know he's always reviewing crazy shit.
Did you hear me, John?
Yeah.
Because I think
Well,
they actually did a live stream not long ago together.
Well, Scotch and Dave are really good buddies.
Yeah.
So hopefully Edge Mindset would shill for a homie, even if he didn't like it. If he says something shitty here, I think that sucks with 72,000 subs if Dave is your friend. Even if the knife's not perfect, just give it back to Dave and say it's not ready to be reviewed. You don't have to give a negative review. You're not responsible for it. I know Metal Complex says you are. Do you disagree, Kyle? I think you kind of do, and I can understand your point too.
It's a slippery slope. I think if
With
you
a custom knife, a young maker.
With a custom knife, it's a little bit different than it is with a production knife. With a
I
production
totally
knife,
agree.
companies know better and they shouldn't send it out. With
That's right.
With the custom maker, I think you give them a little bit of grace and not go hard on it.
If they're your friend, you reach out to them. Like if I'm reviewing Shane's knife, let's see if he might just be a clickbait. He may love it.
But
And he may just have found little things to nitpick, which I wouldn't have taken the
price point. It's, it's got some curves, it's got some straight lines, but it doesn't feel like it fully commits to any of its design choices. It kind of
see, that's subjective. Did you hear that one line?
John, you're the one who says I talk about knives and how they make me feel. How are you going to
because
judge his
this is gonna make me sound shitty. If it's a friend of mine, I'm not gonna make a video to get views to talk negatively about it. I'll reach out to Shane and say, Shane, I think the handle's a little wonky. I don't think this makes perfect sense. Maybe I'm not the guy to review it because I can't make a review without being negative about these points.
There's nothing wrong with having an opinion, though. If he's like,
no, absolutely not. I agree with that.
Things he didn't like, but he promoted Dave and was promoting the knife. So I don't have an issue with pointing out your opinions, whether you like something or don't like something. If he's not negatively,
that's true. I'm sure a lot of people would feel that way. I would personally feel more comfortable if it was somebody like Sharif, who I don't know that well, but I know Sharif. I saw a problem, I'd reach out to Sharif and not make the video.
John, Shane's one of my best buddies. If I was doing knife reviews and he sent me a knife, and I would sit there and I would pick it apart and say, these are things I don't like and I do like. Not because I don't want to do him harm. It's because that's how I truly feel about the knife. Or this is something I would personally like to see changed. There's nothing wrong with saying that. I'm not going in there going objectively, this is a piece of trash.
Well, we're different there.
I don't care for this piece. It doesn't have to be a completely glowing suck 'em off review to be able to post.
You don't have to make that review, and you can still get the same feedback to Shane so that the customer is not going to experience that in the future if Shane chooses to change it. But to make the review and even point out a negative is not always a good thing if you don't have to, and you can still give feedback and say, hey man, it's not ready yet. Like when
it's not a negative, it's just his opinion.
It's his opinion, but it's a negative opinion, something he doesn't like, which I just think that's a word.
There's nothing that is 100% perfect, John. There's no knife out there.
No, but you can point out things without bringing up negatives, and you can just.
Why didn't you say that was negative? Why are you going on this whole negative tear?
Because I just hit one spot. I'm sure there are more negatives because his title was negative. It was baiting. It was baiting negative. The title of that video is "Don't usually do this," but Barefoot Abusers full review, and they know he's friends. Let's see if we'll go.
First of all, he also has a responsibility to the 17,000 viewers to give them his honest opinion.
Oh shit, he does if he makes the video. When he makes the video, he does. But just like Jim sending Laser Ghost or whatever fucking Rooster Boy's knife back because it wasn't ready, that's one way to handle it and still be every bit as professional and transparent. Say, I'm not ready to review it. I don't like to do negative reviews, and I can't do this without pointing out these things. If you aren't going to change these things, find somebody else to review it.
You're getting obliterated in the comments. You're getting ratioed. Everyone's agreeing with me.
That's great.
You're allowed to be constructive. You're allowed to give your opinions and criticism.
I agree with that.
A glowing review. But I would much rather, if I personally was him and I was doing reviews, I'd much rather give people my feedback and my thoughts on it than just be like, oh, everything's perfect in this knife.
My closest friends are more important to me than my 38,000 subscribers, and I'm not hurting them by not doing a review that's going to point out things that a young knife maker has done that I don't like, that I think they could change. If they don't want to change it, that's something totally different. But it's just the way I feel about certain people. Like if it's just a knife from somebody sending it to me, that's different. But if it's a homie, somebody that I don't want to bring any kind of negativity to it or perceived, even though I'm just talking about how it makes me feel. If it's not for me, I can say that it's bigger than I like, or it's not my kind of knife. But to go in and talk about, well, this needs to be different or that's something I could have a conversation with my friend after looking at their knife and saying, hey man, why don't you send it back to me the next one? If you want
we watched 5 seconds of that video, first of all, and all he said was, we got this curved part here, and started to say, like, whether he wanted to see something different. There's nothing wrong with that. He didn't say anything.
We've gone forward about 8 minutes, and we're still going off the title that I don't like.
It's huge. It gets really
read the title on the screen first.
Is an excellent splicer. Obviously,
his title is referencing how he doesn't usually review customs like that. That's what the title is referring to. You're reading a headline and jumping to conclusions versus you haven't watched the video and you're making the assumption of he was going to be negative about this.
That's the argument you give me on my AI videos. I'm telling you, it works both ways. I agree, but let's listen to what he said.
Videos are shit.
I agree.
So it has thick blade stock, so it's going to somewhat impact how you cut through materials. But
everything he's saying is true. I'm not debating his accurate portrayal of his feelings of this knife. I just would have not. I bet Dave would rather have him not done this. Maybe he doesn't care.
In terms of general cutting, it's great. It's really, really good. And it has this nice tip here that you can get up and you can use for draw cuts and things like that. Once again, you can get all kinds of blade shapes. You can get one with way more belly. I really like the poon on this.
That's positive.
Poon.
That's positive. I'm giving him that.
I like poon too.
That's all you need. It's just you just need 2 of the prongs, and you can put it in whatever 2.
Yeah, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't have anything really, anything that I thought should be better without talking to my friend if it was a friend first. And you made me think that they were friends, that they know each other.
No, I said that him and Scotch were friends. I didn't say him and Dave were friends.
Well, they're kind of three-way.
Yeah,
Again, we're jumping to conclusions. We don't know this.
No, he might have bought the knife and just he can say whatever he wants. You're right. They might not be friends.
Nothing wrong with a good menage a trois.
And like Jeffrey said, I would much rather have constructive criticism, honest feedback, than someone blowing smoke up my ass.
I am not suggesting blowing smoke up your ass. That would be me making a review going over the fact that it's got problems. I'm talking about I would not make a review. You'd hear nothing from Javon because Javon gave his feedback to his friend, the maker. That's just me personally.
Where's the line drawn? Where's the difference between that and...
I have like 3 friends that make knives.
No. Here, what I'm asking the difference between that and saying every latest Amazon Molsec or Chinese knife cut comes through as the sliciest thing.
That is so different. That's night and day. I have no skin in the game. I don't even have an affiliate link with them. I don't do things for affiliates. You've never heard me talk about an affiliate on one of my videos. So I have no reason.
What was Beacons about? That wasn't affiliate links?
I have a place where you can get them. I've got them published, but I never talk about use my affiliate links, which cost me about 70% usage. I don't worry about that. I don't shill in my videos. I just talk about how I like the knife. And you've got to remember that the knives I'm reviewing are knives I'm requesting. I rarely have a random knife, Molsec being one of them, sent to me. I seek out knives that I want to check out, that I like.
Ryan, what was that, buddy?
Huh?
Ryan was trying to say something. I was asking what he was saying.
Me?
Yeah, I thought I heard you talking.
I hadn't said anything in like 30 minutes.
It sure sounded like you were talking.
I was singing.
I heard something.
How you like your Lamia?
I love it.
Isn't it a great knife? Is it one of your favorites?
It is one of my favorites right now.
Good. I don't think that'll change. I think you'll only appreciate it more and more.
Definitely.
I'm excited for you to get the Grimsmo.
I know, and it's going to show up Thursday when we're leaving.
Yeah.
That's the way it always works out.
Yeah.
But it'll be all right. Have one more night to look forward to when I get back from show.
Yeah.
What did I miss? What is that, Paul? You talking about Satus?
Maybe the price of a Satu?
That's what I was
Yes,
asking.
Satu Custom.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, Cliff, we can't talk about food this time of the night. I forgot to tell you that's one rule I have. That sounds delicious. Luckily, I can't move my media.
What, Sierra Rick, what badges are we? I'm not sure what you're talking about, bud.
I think he's talking about your cards, your metal cards.
Did you make a video on those?
No, but I just showed the one to Ryan that had.
Okay. I wasn't here for that. That's why I was confused. I didn't know you even showed them off.
Yeah, I showed one to Ryan.
I had them made. I didn't make them myself, but I had them made.
You have that graphic, don't you?
Yeah.
The graphic, because I was going to say, look, I can reach one. I can get it made for you probably for nothing.
Well, I get them made from a community member, so I'd rather support them.
Yeah, well, I don't think he'd charge you, but this is the laser that did Shane's today.
Oh, nice.
He does metal cards.
How'd they come
I
out?
appreciate that. I just
Really good. They came out really good. He did them a little deeper this time, and Shane was really pumped with them.
mine came from Illuminati, so I like supporting him.
Oh yeah, I totally get. Illuminati's awesome. I'm not saying don't support him. I'm just saying there's another source if you ever need them.
Gotcha. And
Tom may not make it through his kidney transplant. I think this is awesome though. He's getting it from a significant other. They were a match.
That's for you, John.
No, that's not at all. Positive man has nothing to do with it. Not at all. I'm talking about a friend. If Dave, who I consider a friend, said, hey, you want to check out one of my knives? And I found things I didn't like about it. I'd say, Dave, I appreciate you sending it to me. I'm going to send it back to you. I really don't want to make a video on it. Because A, I know not a lot of people are going to buy Dave's knives. And why would I want to put any negativity into the universe when I know he's capable of fixing it? Somebody's going to point it out. If it was one of Shane, who's also a good friend of life, it would be just as easy because no customer's being affected. I'm going straight to the maker and saying this needs to change before I feel comfortable talking about it. So it's not me saying this knife's perfect when it's not. I think that's two different things. But we could disagree to disagree. But no, I don't feel at all that I'm a shill over people that I
I'm
don't.
not saying I'm not. I was giving you shit about the Chinese shill stuff, but what I do think there's a fundamental difference is I think having an opinion on something and saying something is bad, it needs to be fixed, are two different complete things. If a knife came in and it had lock failure, yeah, I'm not going to do a video on it, send it back and be like, hey, you need to fix this. But if something comes in and it's a personal, pet peeve of mine or something I didn't necessarily care for, I'm not going to tell the person, oh, you need to fix this, because that's not my knife as far as the design.
And you're exactly right. He might have said to Dave, I got a couple of things that I'm not crazy about. I've got to be transparent if I film it. Do you mind if I point them out? And Dave's probably like, absolutely not, because they're subjective.
Right.
I wouldn't ever surprise somebody with that. And I know a lot who do. And that's okay too. I mean, I think it's valid what Jeffrey said. But no, I don't feel like I ever deceive anybody. And I've never had to send a knife back and not give my honest opinions on it. But again, I'm not just having knives come to me and reviewing 30 budget knives a week. It happens once a month with Kaisers. And some of them I like, some of them were fine.
I also think the best feedback comes in the form of when you send something out to be looked at, whether it's a service, it's a good, whatever it is. If someone has something constructive to say, that's more helpful than just someone being like, oh, that's wonderful, because you learn from that. And I think Shane would say this, that probably one of his best feedbacks ever came from Jeffrey Dawson. And it wasn't saying that his knife was perfect. It was pointing out things that he liked and things that he thought he could be better upon. And I think that's how you grow.
And I don't disagree with that, but I think you can grow kind of both ways. There are two ways, two things can be right at the same time. It's just not my personality to go out and be negative about somebody who I'm close with. And I'm close with very few people. And I don't feel influenced to say something because I've got free reign from the Kaisers and the Concept, the only two real foreign companies I work with. Molset could care less. They're happy I'm just talking about their knife. If I found something terrible to say about it. And if I wanted clicks, God, I'd do so much better by having just negative titles. It's fact.
But I also think by giving someone the ability to review your knife, you open yourself up for that constructive criticism. You shouldn't send a knife out if you're not willing to hear it.
I agree with that. And that's why in 99% of those cases, even if I request it, I'm not going to hold back on it if I see something I feel is a problem. Again, I'm a very basic EDC knife user, so there are things I could easily miss. But I don't miss spine whacking anymore, even though I don't believe in it. And I'm surprised none of my Kaisers have failed. Very surprised. I've watched them fail.
I agree, Jeffrey.
But no, I'm always doing my best to shoot straight.
Yeah, you gotta call balls and strikes, but you know, you don't have to be a dick about it.
Correct.
Guys, I'm gonna bounce.
What do you got to do tomorrow, Ryan? Are you have things to do to get ready?
I gotta cut some grass. I got to send some invoices out. Need to change oil in my truck. And that's about it.
Well, have a good night, buddy.
So, all right, guys, peace out.
Peace
Later,
out, bud.
see you at the show, man.
See you at the show.
Nick says, Ryan.
Oh, Paul, I need to talk to you, by the way. That I think you're confused on that spot. I talked to him, and it wasn't what you thought it was. So we'll talk. The Bugs, you get anything at the show?
You trying to bail, Ryan?
Um,
I'll just take him out.
if I can find something reasonable, or if I find, I don't know. My wife's going, so if she realizes that I like something, she might just get it. But maybe a Holt if it's really nice, or if I find something like Space Monkey there, maybe.
Is he going?
There was something else I was thinking about, but I can't remember now. I want that Friedenlock Techno, but I don't think they'll have it there unless
They got it in
for
stock right now.
resale.
I just saw it on the website. It's in stock right now.
Shit, I think I lost audio when Ryan went out.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I can hear
Kyle.
you.
Sorry, Kyle, if you're talking. Okay, I'll be right back.
Damn it.
That's too bad. We always lose.
Weird that StreamYard does that. Why is it not? Oh, there it goes. I was say, why is it not letting them get out?
I don't think they know where to click. It's not, if you look at that red button at the bottom, it's not as intuitive as you would think. Put an exit sign over it,
Yeah, something. Was there Derek's here? What's up, Derek?
Derek just got here. What's up, Derek?
All right, Bugsy.
Can you
What
hear
I
now?
said,
Yeah, I can hear.
that Techno 2 is in stock at Freight, and I just saw it on the website.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I buy stuff in person, like on a whim. I won't usually buy stuff on the website.
What was the company you said before?
Okay, I just meant that if you really wanted it, I knew that they had it in stock. So
Yeah, I actually talked to somebody from there today, and they were like, "It's still available," and I was like,
Space Monkey knives?
Yeah, Space Monkey.
They're at 28p.
I don't
Hey,
think
with
Freight
28
goes,
G.
do they?
I don't think
Yeah.
so,
Let me see.
but somebody might have it, as like a
What retailers have it, Kyle?
It's just Freight and Lock's. It's an
only
exclusive.
Freight and Lock.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Because it's exclusive.
But it might
Duh.
have been somebody that has it from. Like, I was hoping that OCD for EDC would get one.
I'm sure you did. Right?
I don't know. He
No.
doesn't make any damn videos.
The Collectors Club thing doesn't include all the exclusives, I don't believe.
Okay, I didn't know
I
that.
thought it did.
I don't think it does.
I thought they made you buy every single freaking thing.
I think
that
it's
they
every
made.
production one, but I don't think it's all the exclusives unless I could be mistaken. I don't know. I thought that he didn't get some of the ones earlier on from, I can't remember what company it was from. Knife Joker, maybe?
Is Knife Joker still around?
No, they closed down, I believe.
Really?
I used to browse their site, but it wasn't very user friendly.
No, their
I
site
used to-
sucked.
I used to see him every year.
Maybe he's doing it more on the down low.
You know what? I don't think I saw him last year. Now thinking about it.
See you later, Sierra. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Later,
They closed down.
That's crazy.
There's been
Yeah, I know.
speaking of Todd, there's been quite a few drops in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. They did the St. Nick's Knives 4V smock. They did the what's the one they just did the other day? Oh, what's up, Sharif?
Sharif, what's up, brother? I'll send him a link real quick in case he's bored.
That's what I thought, Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah, it's
Thanks.
early. Sharif, I'm sending you a link. Not that you can join, but just in case.
Got
Yeah, I think
insider
I'm bringing
trading
this
here.
one to Blade too. Sorry, Kyle, cut you off.
No, it's okay. I just was highlighting a comment from Fydor said we got insider trading here.
Always insider trading.
That's the name of the game, right?
Did you send him a link?
Yeah, I did. I sent
Okay.
Sharif one.
Makers of
He said he could
To the
join.
Mangata site.
Anybody paying attention knows the economy is in serious trouble.
Oh God.
We're just trying not to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't follow it closely, but you can. I mean, the indicators are there. All you have to do is live.
Feel the electricity in the air, man. It's about to pop.
What up?
What's up?
Yo,
What's
what up,
going
man?
on?
How you doing,
get
buddy?
ready?
Doing good, man. Well, train is passing by literally the second that I joined, but
Such is life.
yeah.
I'll be bringing this one too to the Blade Show.
Ooh.
Nice.
I love carrying this one. It's so fast.
I don't think I've even seen one of those in person yet. Those are awesome.
You must fondle.
Dude, that's so sick.
Put the
That is it's a full blade.
like the swedgy on the top too.
Very nice.
It kind of came with a goofy-ish blade, but when you put the swedge where it was kind of goofy, it rounds it out, and it is so sharp.
Hell yeah. Dude.
Sharif, when are you heading in? Thursday or Wednesday?
Yeah, I'm flying Thursday. I got to leave my house at like 3:30 in the morning. My flight's at 7 a.m. and I just got to drive an hour and a half to the airport.
Oh wow, be careful, dude.
Yeah. But
Are
yeah,
you gonna nap and pull an all-nighter?
no, I'm gonna try and sleep early. You know, I'll take whatever sleep aids, not drink my evening coffee, and just try and knock out early, and then at least get like maybe 4 hours of sleep, and then I'll hop on the road. You know.
Yeah.
I just saw your text, buddy. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
That's the one thing that I do love. I live about less than 10 minutes from the airport, and our airport is decently sized, but not huge. So I can get there like an hour before a flight and just walk through security.
Dude, that's so
Okay,
good.
well, Kyle, so what's preventing you then from just being like, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with my buddies at Blade Show?
Several reasons. So
Want and cost?
no, not even the want. It's I would like to go. It's just it's not not feasible for me right now. So
Yeah, you have to deal with annoying knife people.
That's where I'm saying want because
Oh, do you have the same
it's gonna be
problem?
all of us
like-
there at the same time. Like,
I give you like 4 hours of my time each week. Is that not enough?
look, Kyle,
Yeah, you've got to immerse yourself in it fully to not be
can't
able
tell
to
me-
scrub it off.
you can't tell me how easily you can travel and then not show up.
I don't
But, like,
travel easily now,
but it-
but I
Kyle's,
used to.
I just got to bust both.
Kyle's airport's probably like Huntsville. I'm only 15 minutes away, and I can pull right up and walk on a flight, but I can't get a direct flight anywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Unless
hard
I
to
go
get
to
direct
Vegas
flights
or
now.
New
We used
York.
to be able to get direct flights, which was awesome, but we used to also be international. Now they scaled back a little bit, so we're not international.
We were taken out of the international thing too, and that hurt a lot of our direct flights.
Yeah,
Didn't
that's what happens.
Didn't like Spirit Airlines shut down or something? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
Too many
That's
ghetto
crazy.
flights.
Disappeared overnight, stranding people.
Dude, that's
yeah.
that's what I heard. It was like
Yeah.
just
Spirit Airlines fatigue.
But no, I'd find myself like when I flew to Vegas, I drove to Nashville, which is not convenient. 2 hours to drive, to park,
Yeah.
get on a plane, fly, come back, drive 2 hours, which is the worst part. Cicero, thank you, brother. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to bounce out and come back in because I can't move my. I'll be right back.
oh, here goes my audio.
Can you still hear me, Bugsy?
I hear you.
Okay. You can hear me.
Yeah, all right. But why
Sorry,
you
good
come
deal.
back? I'm gonna be all.
The best thing, we used to have a 9 o'clock flight, a direct flight to Vegas. So I would literally work, get off like at 7 or whatever, come home, grab my shit, run to the airport, fly out to Vegas. Damn it!
I mean to push you at that time. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was hovering.
No, let me let you do your
No, go to Vegas. Then
bro hug thing.
finish. I've got him filled up. I'm not gonna forget it. Go to Vegas. Then
You're gonna click it as soon as I start talking again.
You can call me Nannerpuss, and guess
I'm kidding.
Just kidding.
Mr. I heard him getting ready to breathe a voice. That's why I got it out before he started. I hate flying. That's one of my least favorite things.
Did anybody clip that thing from earlier?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't got anything yet about it. Hopefully someone did. But
That's another reason I need to private my videos.
So I would
We're just gonna have to clip them all.
I would get off work, come home, grab my shit, fly out, go to Vegas, stay up for like 24 hours, and then fly back. Not even get a hotel.
Just
and it was like,
it?
yeah, and it was like $220 round trip. It was great.
That's amazing.
You probably make that in your first hour.
Oh yeah,
dude. That's the thing.
door.
I used to love flying. It's just gotten tedious now.
It's allegedly gotten easier with that Forever ID, but I don't have the shit to get one handy.
Dude, I have the whatever, all the passes, all the IDs. It's just, I don't know. They took the joy out of it. It used to be an adventure. Now it's just like you're in a big bus stop.
Especially if you're riding dirty.
At least to be a luxurious adventure, like you said. Like,
yeah, dude.
I used to fly to Cocoa Beach with my mom on United. They would smoke Cool Kings. The ashtrays would be open. The drinks would be flowing. The stewardesses would be friendly. I never remember my parents stressing because they were fucked up.
Dude, it used to be. So that's what
I used to wear suits to fly.
Yeah, dude. People used to wear suits. You used to be able to smoke and drink. People
because if
get
you're gonna die,
belligerent.
you're already dressed nice.
Yeah, man.
And they rarely fall out of the sky. They really do. I mean, it's
they're safer than cars.
Yeah.
Statistically.
Yeah. I mean, including Boeing, even.
Yeah.
I do believe it's more terrifying to die in a plane because I think you've got that conscious resolution that you might not have in a car because it's so sudden.
So hear me out. There's been zero updates as to how can we save lives if something goes wrong from the onset of planes until now. You're just kind of stuck there.
Now I've seen a thing, and it could just be AI, but it's a flotation thing that if a plane's got a crash in the ocean, it has this airbag that comes out.
Yeah.
And it can land on that. I don't know if that's under development or if that's just AI.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in the ocean, and that's not what you want to be doing.
I only fly with Captain Sully.
The biggest thing that The biggest thing they've done for safety, though, with airplanes is like literally everything is triple or higher redundancies. So, like, that's why it's so rare for anything to happen. And it usually takes somebody like taking over the cockpit or something like that to go wild. But most planes, most aircraft, aside from small aircraft, which is why you'll never like see me on a little commuter airplane or a helicopter, they just don't have the redundancies, you know?
Like they don't even give you a parachute or a hope.
No.
Yeah, I'd
You know
love
what
a
I mean? Like
parachute.
it's just
Well,
at least give me
let's be
some
fair
hope.
though, Bugs. Let's be fair. They don't really care or value the life at that
Yeah.
point. It costs them more to deal with that than it would be worth a while. Like,
I mean, if I live, I'm not going to sue you.
no.
I
Here's the thing. Like, okay, there's the technology out there that they could scramble. Like, if say it got hijacked or say it had a major malfunction, they could scramble a fighter jet, get within a certain range, have the ability to take over the controls and bring it down safely. The issue is the money that costs. They don't think it's valuable enough to do that.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like, oh shit, the lazy mechanic left a wrench in the engine.
Right. I'm saying that they can bring it down safely.
We're all screwed. There's no.
You know what I think you got to be scared of are bird hits.
All kinds
Even
of well, that's what I'm
those.
saying, even stuff like that. Like, come on, man. It's been how many decades, and we don't have any like solution for these things. Like,
Who is the comedian that said, I get tired every time the stewardess says their seat cushion can become a flotation device? And he says, I want to find one that will bounce me out of a cornfield.
There you go.
John, we know your story's bullshit because birds aren't real.
Yeah, there you go.
True.
They're just government robots.
I'll tell you all the information I've been getting lately is about
Maybe in
Antarctica
Huntsville.
and the ice walls and what's outside the ice walls. I think I was supposed to be born outside the ice wall.
Damn it. Drew. Read that, Bugsy.
That's true.
Yeah, I know, right?
Dude, the speaking of birds not being real and all of that stuff, it's crazy because legit. So I used to work in drones, and some of the cutting edge technology that was being developed for spy drones was like a little bit bigger than a hummingbird size, and it could fly, deploy, and literally spy completely out of sight in trees and stuff like that.
And that's just one aspect because allegedly all the closed caption cameras globally are attached and can be data siphoned from at any given time that were always being recorded.
See, that's what I'm talking about again with the
What up,
planes.
Rob?
They could
Rob?
easily so
How many octaves higher did you just go, Sharif?
to a
I was
millimeter.
just excited.
They can listen to your cameras, they can watch everything, but they can't find people all the time.
Yeah.
Of course they can.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We live in a bullshit world.
I've seen Door with a map, for Christ's sake. They can find their Carmen San Diego.
Ooh, well, real quick, while Rob's here, can I leak a little surprise before Blade?
Well, I'd love for you to.
Oh, because you're okay. I was gonna say
Please
he's not going, but that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't show you all the details, but I'll just say stop by my booth if you want to see what this is all about.
Oh, you got a booth this year too?
Oh yeah, second year now. Or not booth, a table. But yeah.
Hold it up again. Oh,
okay, good. You're not showing.
Nice, dude. I will definitely stop by. I'm stopping by anyway. You're on my list.
And real
You'll be
quick,
on my Shaky Javon walkthrough video.
You know,
Dude.
Javon's shit list.
real quick,
We should
shout
call
out to my boy Casual Carry Solutions. This is one of the first leather coated, felt lined Kydex sheaths ever made.
Nice.
I'm getting kicked.
So yeah, come stop by and see me in Atlanta if you're curious about what that is.
Sharif, your homestead landed in Bama today and got got lasered.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
I held it.
Dude, I'm excited because, like, as of right now, I think I have 4 knives coming to me that I have either already spent the money on or I'm getting for free or in trade. So even if I'm not going to spend any money and get anything, I still am going to be coming back from Blade with new knives. So no complaints.
Mandy.
Nice.
Night, brother.
Rob,
What-
I
what,
still haven't emailed you. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I was just gonna ask him what he was planning on coming home with.
So I got the Homestead coming from Shane. Kubi is finally released, or they finally released the titanium version of a 2018 design that I did. So they're sending me 2 production, or they're going to give me 2 production samples in Atlanta. And then I'm trading Dylan Mallory Microtech for a very rare Isham Wii design.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one do you know?
Is that one of those real like exotic looking?
Yeah, it's an Isham Pleroma, which
I
is
know Pleroma.
yeah, is freaking impossible to find. But
Do you have the full collection now?
No. I don't. I only have 2 Aracuses or Aracisi, I guess.
The Anthropos?
I tried to get an Eschaton, but dude, those things are going for like 12 to 1300 plus.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. I mean, I know they're limited to like whatever 500 and whatever. They're like the grail of grails for freaking Isham designs, but 1300 for a limited edition production knife from a factory is crazy.
You know that's a tiny little knife, don't you? My buddy A to Z has this knife. Is this it? And I might be looking at the wrong one, but this is a tiny little guy.
Yes, that is the one that I'm trading for.
It's a beautiful knife.
Yeah. There's
6.4 inches.
There's a lot of subtle things going on with that knife that, like, the more I look at it, the more I see it, and it's like, Jesus Christ, Isham.
And when you see it closed, it blows your mind.
Yeah. The closed lines are insane.
Even the open lines are crazy.
Yes,
Like, some of his stuff was cool, and some of his stuff I thought was horrible, but it just shows the versatility of how wide he ranged his catalog.
What saves that design is the integral frame on there.
Dude, Bugsy, this is something like Isham was the master of making things that don't look like they should work visually. Like, it's and ergonomically too, which is like the wildest shit, so yeah, you got to see it. Hopefully Dylan, if he freaking responds.
That's what I was going to ask, if you heard from him yet.
No, nobody's heard from Dylan. Like, apparently his brother's been messaging him and talked to his dad and was like, bro, even if you're having phone troubles, like, you've got a tablet, you've got other devices that you're logged in on, like, at least check in with folks.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you offline then.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen that?
Yeah.
Microtech. I'm not crazy about it. I hate the sheath. The sheath doesn't work for me.
That sheath sucks.
Yeah. It's
Bowler
generic.
390K. It's 8.19 inches, so it's bigger than I carry. The best knife from an American maker is a production, I think, but the sheath is a fatal flaw. Is the Dacian, the Benchmade Dacian, little $300 MagnaCut and micarta thin knife with that leather / Kydex sheath.
Yeah.
This is a great knife right here. This is a internal Kaiser design. It reminds me of a Psyop from Vosteed, but it's concave handle.
It looks more like a giant mouse to me, the blade shape and handle shape.
The handle, yeah.
Nitro V, the little button liner lock, and I spine whacked it. $70.
You know who I always pass up on buying something from, but I always want to is Brian Ty. I always want to get something made for him.
Who do you have? He had a budget maker make his tie lock with him, and I owned one when I first started collecting. CRKT?
I don't like any of the production Brian Ty stuff.
I'm with you there. The custom Brian Ty stuff is where it's at.
Yeah. And I always pass them up, and I always kick myself for it.
I didn't get one of these, but check this out. I'm sure it's not very comfortable or practical. That's a Kaiser.
Just pretty scary.
That's
like for you. Why is Kaiser making an axe?
I don't know. I think Jared had one on a video or a picture of one.
7 ton of leftover steel.
Very possible. Here's the $900 bone polished amber bone is the let me pull it up.
Yeah, I thought it was Westinghouse at first, but it's bone.
Which may have a little bit to do with the price. I could be wrong.
Bone's not that expensive.
Well, is this one? That's 15. Okay, so that can't be compared.
Depends whose bones they are.
Unless it's human.
Oh, they had. Yeah, I saw this with the patterned
spiders,
Damascus, and
See, how do they do that in Damascus? They look just like the bumper stickers.
Yeah, it needs phenomenal work.
That's where your money is, actually.
Yeah,
in that
where
Damascus.
Yeah, that's where the money is in that knife, and I agree. It's gorgeous, and for what they did, the work is phenomenal. But it's not for me. I'll just leave it there.
It doesn't say how many pieces.
It doesn't matter. $900 for a native, just I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I can't either. I mean, I don't look at, and it's probably my fault, but I don't look at Spyderco's as being those type of collectible knives when I'm sure they are. Just because I've learned that cases, some of them have the most amazing appreciation from the 70s to now that it's insane. And I know a lot of that's cost of living.
Cases, Spyderco's, some of the Benchmade like gold class stuff.
Yeah,
goes
some
for
of the Spyderco sprints are there.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing I would spend money on personally, but there is that world of collectors.
Yeah, that's crazy overpriced.
121 that high?
No. So here's the thing: they jumped the price over $100 on every single one of the Rex 121s because that's their last batch of it, and it's not going to be made. So they jacked the price up. Yeah, when the Sage came out, it was $250 for the lightweight, $300 for the G10, and now it's like $300 and $400.
I like the Scully.
Jesus Christ, I want
9 CR18 MOV. That looks like my bat from Lothar that I got for $35 on Amazon.
9 CR for $142.
Hey, Kathleen, how are you?
Look at this
Kathleen.
right here that you can get for $35.
Hey, Kathleen.
Bucks. And it's in D2. And it's very similar to that Spyderco.
I love sprint runs and Spyderco's and that kind of stuff, but certain things just don't. There are a large collector community that will buy that knife up without thinking twice.
You're probably right.
It'll sit there in their case and increase in price.
Yep.
That might be one of the ones though. Once you get it in hand, you're like, oh, okay.
I'll tell you, if any of y'all are Spyderco collectors, I have 3 80s models that are plastic with the first pocket clips, plastic bodies. 2 of them are like drop point serrations, and one of them is a sheep's foot serrations. I can send somebody pictures if they're interested, but they're early 80s. They're plastic bodies, made in Japan, and they have the first pocket clips, which my understanding is Spyderco brought to market.
Real quick, Javon, can we go back a sec to those auxiliary manufacturing?
Made by Megaron.
Because one of them's a slip joint.
Yeah, but dude, can we call a
price?
spade a spade?
Yeah, hold on, let me
They
find
are they are the biggest hype knives ever, and like I don't even think they're that good.
Oop, you just passed it.
Yeah, right in the middle
right.
there. No, a
I
little
just
bit
saw this
further
one right
down.
there, right?
Yeah, those. I'm so tired of seeing these and like every content creator hyping them up. And they have done, I don't know how many different versions of the thing already, and it hasn't even been out a year. They've done like the standard affordable model, they've done the fixed blade, they've done now this access
Crossbar
lock
locks.
style. Yeah, like
It's an
slip
ugly
joint
knife.
version.
I don't even like the way that looks.
I
It
don't mind
doesn't
the
look
looks.
comfortable.
I don't mind the looks, but here's the thing: I have a problem with the OEM at that price point.
Yeah, yeah, it's Megaron. Like it's
Right.
nobody stellar. You
I'll
know
show you
what
what
I mean?
I've got.
I mean, $100 ain't bad, but
No. Go back to the one that was a 3 something.
Yeah,
Oh, give me
350.
Chris 229 sent me this. I think this is Ox Manufacturing. This is a Carl Deadhead Jr., a little fixed blade. They sell
Yeah.
these, I think, for $99, 14C. I like this little knife. I mean, for what it is. Now, I started seeing all the folding ones. I think Big Idea Design has something to do with them. Or one of them they've got an exclusive with. But I know one of them's a slip joint. And like you say, they're just, the design is running to the ground. So from
Yeah.
129 to 349. So 349, is that Riot?
No, dude,
No,
these are all
Megaron.
Megaron.
And Megaron at $45 is a good knife. A Megaron at $100, no thank you. A Megaron at $300, you're crazy.
I will tell you this from someone who has owned with their own money. What's this one? The slip joint's 149. Okay, for Miguron, like they were AM8s when I got them, but their frame locks were very high quality. Now, are they worth what these are? That slip joint to me is not worth as much as American Blade Works. Slippy. It's the same price. But if you're not an American only
like
buyer,
a little skull.
that's kind of a cool little slip joint if you're looking for something different.
But here's the thing: I've watched the
PM2
video
and
on
Sandbag.
this. The walk-in tuck. Like, have you guys ever noticed that on some of like the smaller QSP slip joints or QSP made slip joints, the walk-in tuck is really garbage, and they don't do a full half stop. They do like a
like a less than a half stop.
Yeah, like a less than half stop. That one has that.
I've never handled that.
Oh, it sucks, dude. It's so like the QS. I have a James brand that was clearly manufactured by QSP that they tried to like sell for, I don't know, like $250. I got it cheap. The half stop is so mushy, and it just is not a nice feeling knife for the money, like at all. Like I'll go buy a GEC or a case.
I agree with you 100%. Or Kaiser, I'll tell you, we have a James brand sheep's foot with a walnut handle. It's a slip joint, and it's got a Damascus blade. And I also have, because I traded it up there, a Kaiser trestle, and they're stainless, whatever it's called, stainless steel Damascus with the same wood inlay, same titanium frame. It's $74. The used James brand's $299, and a half stop feels sloppy on James brand compared to the Kaiser, which has a perfect half stop. Tate's going to try to go to the table and get one of these from Gavin if he's got them.
Oh yeah, they're bringing a few.
He has a have you seen the little utility knife that Hawk makes?
I like the look of that, but $950. Good lord.
That's I mean, that's not much for him, I don't think, is it? Isn't that in range for a small batch?
That's definitely range.
I don't
did you see the NCC Ragnarok hot collab?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That is sexy.
Here's the kicker, right? The kick in the nuts. That I like a lot of Nick's designs. The Ragnarok was a cool knife, but he's making that tie in G10 with that hawk lock and it's going to be close to $1,000.
Wait, but see, that doesn't bother me because you're getting the Talon for around $1,000.
Right, but it's G10 tie with G10. It's mostly G10 scales. I think it's
but the thing is carbon fiber. Like carbon fiber really isn't that big of a price differentiator versus G10.
It is cost wise when you're buying in bulk.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to think of the numbers that I haven't gotten G10 quoted for my own projects in a long
When you're
time.
buying G10 and sheets, you can get it dirt cheap.
Yeah, fair.
Like, I mean, $2 for a set of scales for a 6 months.
I'll say this. That is one thing that I've noticed with the small volume, high end retailers or makers like NCC, OZ Machine, all of those guys. They price maximize like an SOB.
What do you mean by that? Price maximize?
So, like, if you look at the cost, for example, of XHP versus MagnaCut, XHP is significantly cheaper to purchase in volume, right? Versus MagnaCut. A company like Oz will make the Rosie, right? And they'll do the Lotto and all of that stuff. They'll do their blade in XHP, yes, with a good heat treat, but they'll sell that for $750. Months later, they'll do the same exact Rosie, but in MagnaCut, again with a good heat treat, and they'll sell it for $750. Their profit margin on the XHP models is significantly higher than on the MagnaCut model.
And they don't have any additional machining costs, probably less, right? You would think in terms of belts and consumables.
Yeah.
I would think so too.
So, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, they only need to release those special editions briefly at the same price point because they're not on like selling the cheaper models in the rush just for people to get a Rosie, So
I've never thought about that as much, and I should, because if you extrapolate it out across so many blades, but just from talking to Shane, it doesn't sound like a lot of apples to oranges when you're talking about a 3-inch blade. You're talking a few bucks, right? But if you multiply that out.
Yeah. I mean, they're dropping 25 blades a month every month at that price,
Sure,
so,
it adds up.
Yeah.
So I just looked it up, Sharif. Because the price has changed quite a bit reasonably.
Oh, okay.
For a sheet or a half sheet, I should say, of XHP, you're looking at like 1,600. And on MagnaCut, you're at 19.
Okay, yeah.
So you break that down.
You're getting out of that. You're maybe
$1.50 difference tops.
You're getting probably close. No, because it's not a full sheet, so you're getting probably that's maybe $3 to $5 a blade difference.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say XHP used to be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, no, it's gone up because once they reintroduced it, it's gone up big time.
Ah, okay, yeah, because like, what was the half sheet price? Like, what? Not even like a year ago or something.
That's
like
30. That's 36 by 24, so that's a little bit bigger than a half sheet.
Okay. No, I remember. I thought like XHP was like under $1,000 or something.
Oh, XHP. So it went kind of semi-discontinued.
Yeah.
And then once the announcement of CPM going to the wayside, they decided to reintroduce. Carpenter reintroduced it and brought it back, and the price went up on it as well.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then I guess that doesn't necessarily apply in this case if they're using recently manufactured XHP,
And it's hard to tell. Because I think a lot of these companies use the steels they use because they have so much in stock.
Oh, they're definitely buying on what's available and what they can get a good deal on. Anybody who isn't doing that is kind of silly.
You know what's crazy though? S90.
Yeah.
1440.
For that same sheet?
Yep, same size.
Yeah.
Is Magnamax even priced on there yet?
Not in the sheet size. It's in up to 6-inch wide bar stock.
So if you extrapolate it out, just ballpark, is it a lot more? Is it so less available?
Here, I can tell you. MagnaCut in that same range would be hang on, 140.
Rob, it doesn't.
Yeah, we're just talking
152 for Magnamax, 140 for MagnaCut.
Okay, yeah, that tracks.
And XHP in that same size would be 117.
Yeah, so if you're talking Magnamax versus XHP, then you're getting a pretty significant price differential.
Yeah, so that would be
the time that it takes to heat treat or anything that could take some of those variables that we might not be aware of and make those closer, like any more care that needs to be.
XHP should be pretty easy to heat treat. MagnaCut should be a little trickier, but still relatively easy. I don't know about the protocol for Magnamax.
I'd say XHP is not harder.
No, all three of them are fairly easy to heat treat. The only difference is Max is going to be more difficult for the grinding process.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're talking like comparable rations, like from the people that I've talked to that actually have had it physically on hand and worked with it. You're looking at maybe double the price of belts. So your consumables go up more with that than pretty much any other steel.
Yeah.
Right. And your labor time, probably, right? Or you think the belts just use the same time, they just wear faster?
Yeah, it's more of the belts than it is the timing. So on the prices I just quoted those last round, that was for a 3-foot stick by 1.5 inch wide. So you break that down, say you're doing a 4-inch blade, and we're not talking Kirsch, you're getting 9 blades out of that. So 9 blades into 150, and then 9 blades into 117 is your difference. So you're at not that many. I mean, here, what is that off the top of my head?
Rob, they're definitely more cost. This is just the raw steel, just to order what is it?
No. That's just ordering bar stock.
Bar stock of steel, right?
Yeah.
No, there's no difference between the cost of heat treating MagnaCut versus XHP. It's all
they
both need to get foil wrapped. They both need
different.
Cicero, MagnaCut and Magnamax are different animals. Like MagnaCut is kind of the evolution of the concept that drove the S30, S35, S45 kind of range of steels. It's trying to be a good all-arounder that also happens to have really high corrosion resistance. Although I have stained MagnaCut with Apple, believe it or not. Whereas Magnamax is basically like what's the like K390 but stainless is the easiest way to explain it.
It's actually going to end up being more edge retention and more tough than K390.
It says that it's high tough. It trades a portion of its high toughness for a roughly 40% increase in edge holding capability. Yeah. That's Magnamax over MagnaCut, according to
Larry.
No, this is just, I don't know who it's come from. I haven't gotten to the sources yet. It says MagnaCut provides an excellent everyday cutting, but prioritizes a balanced profile rather than extreme wear resistance. Magnamax doubles the vanadium content of MagnaCut, bringing up the volume of hard carbides from around 8% to 16%. This makes it highly resistant to abrasive wear, machining the edge holding capability of premium non-stainless carbon steels like K390 while remaining completely stainless. Does that sound right?
Yeah. Rob, it won't polish well at all. It's going to be like he was saying, it's highly abrasive resistant. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. It's not going to polish.
Because it's going to wear like not forever. You know, I mean, not forever, but much less.
I'll tell you this. I have some Magnamax. I have it in a ProTech, so it's early version of the steel, and I don't even know if ProTech got the heat treat right and stuff like that. The wear resistance has been good. It has been better than my K390, but it hasn't impressed me as much.
Do you
I
think
guess you could
it's a
say.
small blade, Sharif, because it's on that little Chavez?
It's not the size of the blade so much as like I don't know. I think if I sent it to Kyle and had him put an edge on it, I think that would be a better reflection of its capabilities. So far, though, I've been more impressed with 15V, you know, but I don't know. Like there's a, I don't know how to explain it, but there's like a sensation in how it slices that doesn't make it feel any different to me than Magna Cut, even though the wear resistance is much higher. Whereas 15V feels like in this ultra steel territory, like Magna Max when you use it, or not Magna, like a Maximet. Like Maximet feels totally special. 15V feels totally special. What's the one Hitachi steel?
ZDP 189.
Yeah, ZDP 189 feels terrifying. You know, when you get a crazy edge on it, it's like it's better than a laser beam, you know?
Right.
I have not had that experience with Magnamax yet, but I'm gonna say that's more down to the grunt, like the edge and the edge geometry. So that's why I'm saying, like, if I send it to Kyle, maybe he puts on a better edge, maybe like, you know, tweaks the edge geometry a little bit. I think it may give me a better feeling, but I don't think ProTech necessarily nailed it out of the box.
Well, let me tell you something that I learned.
Go ahead, John.
No, I was just going to say, I was asked how long I thought it took to sharpen a case knife, and I guess 15 seconds, and it's closer to 7 per blade. That's both sides. And Benchmade's, Protex, Spyderco's, they're not spending that much more time. It's like one pass each way, and then knock the burr off because the way they've got it set up. So you're not going to get the best edge by any stretch on the factory. Now, however, the sharpest knives I've ever had out of the box were 2 different Microtechs that were radically different in design, but they're both screaming sharp. I don't know why. The grinds shouldn't be.
Well, that's what I was going to say, John, is I don't judge a knife's steel based off the factory edge, because the majority of them come shit out of the box and they probably have a burnt edge. So, and ProTech being, yeah, right there, Jeffrey said it. Most ProTechs are fairly thick behind the edge from the factory anyways.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be super slicey. But you also got to consider, the second thing to consider is the Magnamax that ProTech used and Guardian used, and there was another one that they got that pre-production first batch of that. That was still
Carpenter, not Carpenter.
No, air steel, but it was still prototype, and they didn't have the complete protocol dialed in. So
that's part of my thinking.
It's going to be a couple points low of where companies are going to push it to. So I think you're going to see much better results in 6 months' time than you are right now with anything in it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like I suspected what you were saying, Kyle, and that's why I said if you put an edge, tweak the geometry, I think I may have a better experience. But like dialing in the protocol is everybody talks about like all of the different factors and in knives and steel. Heat treat is where it's at, though, man.
You're a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, I mean,
and geometry.
As I say, geometry is one, and then steel and heat treat are two.
Yeah,
because like you can take a super slicey knife, run it till it's completely dull, and it'll still cut through certain material, right? It doesn't have to have a toothiness to it at all, or a fine edge. But if you've got all of those factors in there, that's when things get terrifying. And that's okay. For instance, John, your tried and true, when that got sent to me, it had 0 edge on it, but it still would cut food without a problem.
It's so thin, right? Because of the geometry.
Correct.
Yeah. And
is there any reason that LMAX would HRC higher than Magna Max? I mean, are those heat treat protocols anywhere close? And let me just tell you what it was. Hold on.
So LMAX
59.3, and allegedly the Magna Max came in a little lower.
No. So LMAX, that's low for LMAX. LMAX is good at like 60.5 to 62. I mean, that's where if you're getting it into the more optimal, if you want to push it, you can get it a little bit higher, but not much. But on the low end of Magna Max, you want to be at like 62 to 63 on the low end. But it can go.
So this would be low too, right? CPM S90V at 59.3.
S90 can tolerate being at a slightly lower.
That's good. I mean, that's a production. That's standard for production is 60 to 61. It's not optimal. S90. Right. I'm saying S90 optimal is 62 to 64.
BRB.
But yeah, I mean, most production knives in S90. Well, first thing, if we're talking overseas S90, it's probably not the same. So you're getting majority of the time you're going to get 59 to 60, 59, 60 and a half, maybe tops.
That's And this is one knife, so that's exactly the range.
But yeah, I mean, that's not optimal, but that's what you're going to get.
What to be expected, kind of industry standard for those type of knives.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to compare apples to apples. Like, I'm not going to say that a custom heat treat should be comparable to a production heat treat as far as what someone's willing to push. But we still look at what's optimal. So I mean, there's room to push these production companies to say, hey, we want a little bit better. But
yeah,
let me read you a statement that's a quote that allegedly out of the ballpark, which I don't know anything about it. But somebody says Miguron was not kidding when they said 62 to 63 on their new cryogenically treated D2 blades. And this Miguron Caro tested at 63 HRC and D2. Does that mean anything?
It means that
it's gonna be
no, that means that they did a better job. You can get D2 to 62, 63, and it will perform pretty well at that. Does it mean that they got it there the correct way and it's going to be good? Not necessarily.
No, sure. I just wonder. I don't know I know the numbers are different.
No, that's very doable. That's doable, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be done well. If that makes sense.
Would cryogenic something help that?
No. I mean, yeah, cryo helps, but it doesn't help as much as people think, and it's not even necessary on certain blade steels. Like, there are makers, custom makers that are going to sit there and tell you that in the testing, it doesn't do shit to make it better. So the cryo thing is just marketing jargon for a lot of companies. Like,
I got you.
If you're going to do, like, okay, for instance, here's an example, and I'm not trying to pick on them, but I got to call balls and strikes. TCal's website, they say, double tempered at this or whatever. Yeah, that's how you heat treat the steels. There's nothing special about what they're doing. It's just that they're putting it into wording to make it sound like, oh, we're doing this phenomenal thing. No, that ain't shit. That's just how you temper the steel.
But in all fairness to them, that's marketing 101.
I was just going to say exactly.
If you don't tell, if the other companies aren't telling them, it's a strategic advantage for them pointing it out. So I agree with it. I don't think it's.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not saying it's a negative. I'm just saying
it's not special.
there's nothing special for that. So
I
Yeah.
agree with that.
It's so funny. Giovanna was gonna say the same shit. I was like, yep, that's marketing 101. Take the normal shit you do and talk about it like it's the best thing since sliced bread. You know?
The funniest example of that, and another reason that I don't get along with the guy at my knife experiment
be right back. Have a grab a drink.
is he's convinced that Microtech didn't violate any patent. Hold on a second. Microtech.
Microtech isn't what?
Ultratech. Hold on. Gen 3. Whoops. Versus Gen 4. He says, Gavin came out and said my intellectual property's been stolen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Microtech said, no, it hasn't. Well, the guy that I work with is still getting them in from his orders. And he said that didn't happen. I said, John, you're crazy. I know for a fact it happened because I talked to the guy who was involved in it. And I said, let's look at Microtech's website. I want you to look at this from a marketer. Can you see that? I'm going to read it. What's the difference between Gen 3 and Gen 4? And they didn't even go in and clean this up, the marketing team. Key features of Gen 3. The Generation 3 Ultratech stands out for its advanced zero blade play, a breakthrough that nearly eliminates all blade movement when deployed, making this the benchmark for secure lockup among automatic knives. And it goes on to just talk about that.
Yeah.
How great it is. What's the difference? And they say, what's the difference? It's got zero blade play for industry leading safety, upgraded materials. What's the new Ultratech Gen 4? The most significant change is the removal of ZBP, resulting in a minor blade movement that's virtually unnoticeable for most users. Gen 4 models deliver the same cutting edge build quality, but make the platform accessible to more enthusiasts with their $299 base price.
So basically, they covered their ass.
With a marketing team that should be fired and say, well, we should probably gloss over the Z blade play being the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
And you could get Ultratech's Gen 3s without zero blade play for $299 or $300 right in there. They weren't all zero blade play. So he's like, no, you're wrong. He's a Microtech dealer. You're wrong. The YouTuber's wrong. I'm like, I'm just telling you, I heard it from the horse's mouth, And I know like 3 weeks later, after they told him to pound sand, they changed took it away.
Yeah. The thing is, it did happen. Gavin did sue them. They did a cease and desist. And it's not even the issue of the fact it wasn't the issue of it being zero blade play, full stop.
Yeah, it was
the method.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was the method that they
were violated.
Yeah.
So it's fair to say, like I told John, Microtech will probably develop a zero blade play knife, but they won't be using Gavin's stop pin, and they won't be using, they probably had something in the backup knowing that they might get caught on this because they're patent, pros. They know how to play that game.
Any corporation is like that. When you have intellectual property that's of high value, you pay people to go and search out if anybody is invalidating your patents in order to, for some companies, that's a revenue stream.
Exactly. All you do is go out and you find patent violations, and that's where you make your revenue by licensing them or getting them collected on.
Yeah, exactly. Now I know Gavin Honk is not doing that, but dude, when a major corporation steals your IP, that's a payday. I'm sorry, but it just is.
When you get into a lot of those corporations, the crazy thing is if your R&D is big enough, your second biggest line item, even ahead of, depends on where you're at, depending on the payroll, is legal.
Yeah.
For complete protection of your company.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. And yeah, it's that whole situation was hilarious because that came out in Atlanta last year. And I remember, do you guys remember Denise?
Yep.
Denise, awesome lady, she came to me and she was like, I was going to get one of those Microtechs, but then, because they have their signature one that they release every year in Atlanta. And she's like, yeah, but now with this, like, controversy, I don't know if I should do it. I was like, Denise, you absolutely should, because that's going to be a collector's item in the future when the cease and desist comes through.
I bought it 4 days before the video came out, and I went to Gavin's booth at Blade Show because I felt so bad and told him I'm on his side. I had it in my bag to show Shane and to show Ryan, but I never carried it because I didn't feel comfortable. He said, man, carry it. You paid good money for it. You didn't know.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he gave me a shirt, but I still don't carry it that much. I like the knife, and it will maybe be. I don't know if it will be or not, but it works well.
Dude, I mean, it's still a good knife. It's still a Microtech OTF at the end of the day, right? It's just got a little spice from, basically
a little shenanigans going on.
Company's IP.
Yeah, and a big enough company to kind of get away with it enough to not influence their production schedule. Like I said, they probably had the stop pin replacement ready to go. It might not be as good, but they probably knew that they might get called on some of those things that were of question.
Well, they probably didn't plan in advance, but the lawyers probably told them, hey, until this is resolved, you gotta, whatchamacallit, you gotta stop making ZBPs, so
exactly.
Nice, Jeffrey.
What was Rob saying about cease and desist on calling Hinder's old HRC on? Oh yeah, right. Like, you gotta love Hinder for doing that.
The one thing I will say, though, out of all of that, even though it turned into kind of a shit show, it did make RHKs better.
It moved the needle.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
So,
I wish they'd have done it. I wish Rick and the shop manager had been more receptive, and they could have done it more cooperatively.
Yeah, no matter how you got there, but it still made the product better.
No, it made the product better, but the biggest mistake they made was they killed a lot of their brand goodwill and their brand value by basically attacking somebody in the community for a fact-based opinion. You know what I mean?
Right, but here's the thing, and from their standpoint, and I love Brian as much as you do.
Yeah.
From their standpoint, he's not going to move the needle as much as the majority of their customers. It's not going to affect their base.
No, definitely. No, he affected maybe 1% to 2% of their bottom line. Let's actually be real.
And they were trying to nip it in the bud before it became a bigger issue. That's why the whole thing spiraled out of control, because of the way they handled and took it. But going back to Todd's comment about the cryo, so some of that's been a little bit. I mean, what you're saying is accurate, but some of it is a little debunked depending upon the steel. There are a lot of guys now that are not even dealing with that, and they're just going straight to like a freezer. And I'm talking like some of the most performance-based guys you can think of. They don't even mess with the whole liquid anymore because it's not doing as much as once thought. So I think, like, I respect Brian for doing what he did, but I don't think it made a huge difference for the overall public of what they're getting product wise, but it didn't, and which is what he wanted in the first place. But it didn't, because he didn't hate the company. He just wanted it to be better.
He was a fan. Yeah, he was a Hinder supporter.
But I don't think that they were worried about it, I guess. That's the thing. They were just trying to stop it before it became an issue to them.
Yeah. Well,
and the drums beat too loudly.
Well, the reality is, like, I don't think that Brian, again, love Brian, love everything he does in a lot of ways, but I don't think he would have had enough influence for it to catch fire beyond a certain point, right? Like,
correct.
Yeah, like if he was somebody with a bigger platform, we're talking like 100,000 plus followers, or if he was like Metal Complex level of viewership, then I think Hinder would have, been a little bit more scared,
Well, I think they would have handled it better because the reason that they felt they could be threatening and handle it as poorly as they did is because they just wanted to try to get it stopped.
Shut him up. Yeah, I thought he would just back up.
If they were truly scared of him, it wouldn't have been that. It would have been a more of a kiss ass situation and try to resolve it and let's make things better and do a whole marketing, publicity campaign to spin this the correct way.
Having said that, though, Hinder does have or has had a history of that. I can't remember what was the case before, but he came under some scrutiny before, and they also went full legal cease and desist on like a small community member. So
was that him or was that the shop manager?
I don't remember actually, because that was how many years ago? I feel like that was somewhere between 2018 and 2020.
The reality of it is all of these companies that have their ear to the ground take slander very seriously. And a lot of times reviewers don't realize that they could be crossing into slanderous territory.
Yeah.
Not all of them, of course, most of them aren't. But I think that the companies are savvy enough to know when something's and they almost have to call it or let it just take on a life of its own.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, John, on that people don't understand. Slander and libel, you have to be able to prove damages. And on top of that, it has to be someone of a public figure.
Yeah.
Rick is known, but I wouldn't necessarily call him a public figure. And secondly, that he'd have to be able to prove that he had damages directly from that, which I think would be extremely hard to prove.
A very burden of proof would be right on him. You're exactly right.
And then that also opens
public figure by being the CEO or the head of the company.
Yeah, but it's not a big company. That's the thing. It's not outside of the small community. Not a lot of people know who Rick Hinder is. Right? He's not.
No, but a lot of people wouldn't have thought Gavin would have gotten a voice in front of the judge. I know that's two different things totally.
Oh yeah, that's patent suing is totally different than the bar for getting discovery is totally different.
And to pursue that and get it in court, it would cost a lot of money, and Rick would be able to fight that.
And with Rick, though, the difference is he also would open himself up to cross. So he would have to open his books and show everything, and he might not want to do that.
No,
so
that's why settlements are so prevalent.
There's a lot of different factors that people don't realize.
Yeah.
All I know is when I was at Blade Show last year and I was filming Axial's booth, it was right after the Gavin thing because I just talked to Gavin and I said something in their booth about suing their son, stuff I shouldn't have said, and I ended up editing out the sound because I was paranoid of the whole Axial booth because I felt like I might have inadvertently said something that knowing Marfione's a prick. Hell, if he saw it, not that he would, he might come after me. So I deleted the sound. I've got one little section that there's no sound.
I've heard Marfione's not the nicest of guys.
I heard from a reliable source that he sued a family member that he's done.
It's common knowledge. He sued his son.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's a prick, but the thing is, he doesn't have a leg to stand on too for slander. He can kick rocks. That's your opinion on something. Fuck him.
Sure, I agree.
Excuse my language, but that's I don't have
the resources. They can tie you up not having the resources. That's why anytime you get a YouTube flag, no creator can ever fight those things. You kind of got to comply because YouTube's just notifying you of it. The next step is going to court with the person that filed it. If they if they follow up within 14 days, and most people, including me, wouldn't take the risk.
I gotta let the dog out. I'll be right back. Sorry.
All right, brother.
Yeah, like for me, a lot of this stuff, like I get it. I'm in business. I make very careful moves. You know, I try and choose my words as like carefully as possible while still trying to stay authentic to my opinions and how I feel on things, you know.
You seem very calculated
But
in your choice of words.
I hope so, because I definitely I feel like I need to be sometimes, but at the same time, you know, like I don't know, I feel a lot of the litigious stuff is very, for lack of a better word, just fucking lame.
It's lame, and it probably happens a lot less than we think about it happening, right?
No,
It's just one
it
to
definitely
hear
doesn't
about.
happen often, but when it does, it just really gives off like small PP energy. You
It
know what
really
I
does.
mean? Yeah, like I don't know, like all the cases that I've heard is just like, oh, little cute guy.
Oh, dude, you guys stand up for us. These, I'm not gonna say it because it's my show and I won't say it long, but these Dabbleverse weird videos I watch, which they call them boomer blood sports, because it's these old guys that just tear each other's podcasts apart.
Yeah.
There's one of them that is the biggest geek, and he talks about all of them, but he's put out HROs on two of the other content creators, which are only set up for battered women. Is
Mm.
what it, and he got them because they have to agree with them, but he's been holding it up for them to fight him because he fraudulently filed them. And he thought by filing them, he's such an idiot, they wouldn't be able to talk about him. They can't come within like 50 feet of him. And one of them lives 6 states away in Las Vegas. But these people take the internet so seriously, and some of them get in such bloodlocks, they'll find out who you are, and their fans will have you lose your job or call the cops if they know you
Oh
drink and
yeah,
drive. It's
yeah.
crazy shit. They call it boomer blood sports. Kyle makes fun of me because I'll watch it from time to time, but it's just fascinating because these people are nuts, man, and they're retired engineers that have nothing to do but sit on computers and fuck with people.
Yeah, it's like, bro, get a hobby, you know?
Dude, I'm convinced Tactical Llama is the reason I got banned from that affiliate site that I should that had they detected irregular activity, and it's affiliate link site. There's nothing you can do to violate terms of service there. But it was the day after I made a comment, and he went away. I haven't seen him anymore. But I have a feeling that some people know happened to Brandon Thrasher. Some people know if they've got it out for you how to bring your channel down. It's that simple.
Yeah, again, tiny PP energy, dude. Like there's nothing that serious in our world where you should be getting so heated to expend, like maybe I feel differently because of the way my brain is wired, but I don't get emotional about a lot of stuff with that level of intensity where it's like, oh, I need to ruin some part of your life so I feel better,
Because you're
right?
grounded in touching grass. You're grounded in reality. These
Not
people,
even that, dude. It's maybe I'm just cold-hearted. Maybe my emotions don't like fluctuate that much. But
yeah,
it's
nothing
like,
anybody says on the internet is going to make me feel.
no, and dude, like, sure, okay, like you want to see the evil me come out, hurt one of my family members. That's something I can give energy to, right?
Sure. Things
But
that
like
matter.
comments on the internet, it's like tiny, you know, like really cute little guy, you know, like bro, some
Like
people need
one
to get
time that
over
kind
it.
of thing did piss me off though is when what was that dude I can't remember what his name is now, even the guy who was going after Steve, like making
Oh,
videos like
Jacob,
hour long.
that
Yeah.
Jacob guy,
Yeah, making like
computers
hour
guys or
long
whatever.
videos about
Jacob
Steve
Peters.
being drunk and shit. Like so weird, man.
And then when they kiss his ass and shake his hand in person.
Did you see the
Yeah, just
confrontation? I wasn't there for it.
yeah, I was there for it, but like just so weird, like that you would spend so much time.
And energy trying to bring somebody down. Like you're
Right?
the
Yeah, and it
superhero. Like
wasn't
you're gonna be
even
the
like he
white
was
knight.
being honest about it at all. You know, like it's just
No, I
so it
can
was
see how
very
Steve hates
strange.
him, and it was obvious that he hated Steve. They had bad blood, but there's right ways to handle it, and there's cheesy ways to handle it. And I think it's cowardly to.
He just came out of nowhere with that shit though. Like I guess he's buddies with, Whitty or whatever, or those guys, and
It was long
decided
before
was it.
that. It was long before that. If you go back to his videos, he's got videos 4 or 5 years old. Bad Talking Steve. They went back and forth on a lot of
Oh
different.
yeah.
Oh yeah. They've hated
Cheeto.
each other as long as I've been in the community.
Chico made me hungry. I had to get something on the way back.
I'm starving. I'm gonna have to break it off here soon because I've got to work tomorrow. Unfortunately, because I'm a fucking idiot.
Raw dogs and bologna. Grab a slice.
I would have thrown it in the frying pan. Do you like fried bologna?
I do.
Yeah, that's good.
But this
stuff.
isn't thick. This isn't thick cut though.
That's because
I
y'all
don't
don't have
mind.
pork.
It'll just curl up quicker. You got to flip it faster.
No,
That's because
get
y'all don't
pork.
have pork roll.
No,
Y'all have
Ooh,
party
like
shots
roll.
before Blade Show.
Yes.
What do you
I
say?
hope some of you guys are going to Blade Show in the chat, and I hope to see
I
y'all
hope so
there.
too, man.
Dude,
Y'all have
I
any final
cannot
words?
wait.
What?
Where are you going to be again? Where are you going to be, buddy? I've got you written down, but your table or your booth is what?
18I, like Icarus.
It's the same place it was last year, right?
No,
Ricardo?
no,
Oh, it's-
I am like, I was at like 27 something, like
Straight back
way
and to the
back at
right. Yeah, all the way
corner.
back to
Yeah.
the right.
Yeah, no, this year I asked to be closer to where like the main knife makers were, because last year I was back with like the
Tools.
the tool suppliers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You're
which
at the
was
very last row of knife people, but you were busy covered up like shit.
that was more from the homies. I mean, okay, no, to be fair, I almost completely sold out last year, but a lot of the traffic was the homies. I didn't get a ton of customer traffic as if I would have been more in the
You would have gotten probably 4
makers
times because they had to be
area.
walking back there to do something different, really, or
Yeah.
just on the fringe.
Sharif, you got to feel better though. John didn't even have a table, and he sold out a long time ago.
I am a sellout, you asshole. I sold my soul for Barlocks. Never.
Joe, what's up, buddy? Sorry, John. I just get.
I was like, what's up, my spiritual Sherpa? Joe Isabella.
Joe.
Night, buddy.
Yeah.
We're about to break out. Kyle, you got any parting words? But then I'm going to send it over to Bugsy.
Oh, no, I don't. Sorry. I didn't know we were leaving.
Kyle loves you. No, we are. I'm hungry, dude. You're eating bologna in front of me.
We'll go get something to eat. I'm not going anywhere.